You
Allegedly.
checked out Star Citizen, Mike?
Oh, I know about it. I have it.
There we go. It's now started playing.
The interactive map on their website is very fun to play with.
I play Star Citizen. It is good.
I'll play
I
it when
still
it actually
prefer
released.
Elite Dangerous.
I'll play it when I have a computer that can run it.
I play on the laptop.
In Star Citizen.
Still prefer Elite Dangerous. More places to go. Like the entire galaxy.
Alright, who are we waiting for? Waiting for Matt Ivanov. Alright, who's joining right now?
Still loading for me.
No worries. Alright, so since it's the first session, I believe everyone's here for the first time all together. So essentially, yes, I am going to be running the book adventure as well as the published adventure, just to get an idea of how the creators designed the Expanse as an adventure-based campaign. After that, we'll go on to my own adventure, my own creations. But I'm going to do this for the time being, so I would hope no one goes and looks through it to spoil themselves of what's going to occur, because that's going to peeve me off. But besides that, we will wait till Caruso is connected, and then we'll go ahead and get started with this first game. Session 1 of The Expanse. So just still waiting, I will say, as I treat all my games, especially being brand new, if you come across a situation that you realize your character is not made to the point you want him to be, or you didn't create him the way you envisioned, you can definitely go back and recreate, adjust things you want to be. I prefer you not do that within, like, after session 6 or 7. First couple sessions, go for it. Even then, I'm not going to hold you to it, because I'm not going to force you to play a character you don't want to play. But that is about it.
Sorry, I don't remember how to join with my character, because I'm in, but there's not my character. I can see him.
You joined with a different
What's
name,
the
looks
name?
like. Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to release the character. So,
Okay.
alright, open and close the character selection. You should see it now.
I closed it.
Open it back up.
Where is it? Players. Okay.
There we go. Alright, we're all here. All 5 people are here. Alright, make
And we all
stuff.
look like we should belong in the Expanse. That's good.
Well, hopefully look at people.
Jones.
We all do indeed look like we belong in the Expanse universe.
Well, that's pretty good. That's kind of what I'm going for. Alright, let me go ahead and blow my nose real quick and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Don't mute or no balls.
I haven't decided what voice to use for my character yet.
Just do something that isn't gonna make you hate doing it.
I'm a voice actor.
You are a voice actor. Congratulations.
I hate every voice actor.
You Sideshow Bob.
Please don't.
No.
Alright, so for the introductions, well, not really introductions, we've all done that, but what we are going to do is, now that everyone is here, I do believe we did a small little thing to teach a couple of players, but since everyone's here, we're going to go ahead and do it now. Now, we're going to go and do the traditional line, and that is, you find yourselves in a bar. That makes sense. We'll go with the fantasy D&D tavern route. You all find yourselves in a bar on Tycho Station. Now, what's fantastic is all of you, to make this easy, have been from the same ship. Now, whether you actually interacted on board that ship is to be known, but you all come from a ice hauler. Put my little thing real quick.
Right.
You all come from the ice hauler, the Pyrus. Now, you've been within Tycho Station for the last week, expecting to go out, but unfortunately, you've all been not quite grounded, but some of you have been on the Pirates for an extended amount of time. Now, it's a fairly medium-sized ice hauler, been around for the last 60, 70 years. The captain of the Pirates, a individual by the name of Alex. Well, his full name is Alexstra, but they call him Alex to be short and to not be made fun of. Now, Alex ended up being a individual from Earth. Bit of a stocky fella. Since I'll start doing this now. Go. So, his full name is actually Alexstra, but they call him Alex for short. Now, the last thing you heard was you all disembarked onto Tycho Station, enjoy a bit of shore leave, when you got the news within essentially 2 days that Alex ended up getting in a fight with a group of Martians that were also cargo hauling with their ship, and a fight ensued that resulted in Alex being essentially put into a coma. With this, the ship, the Pirates, is not going to leave Tycho until its captain, which he owns the ship, by the way, is going to go up. If you own a corporation-based ship, they'll probably send someone else to come in and take over. But since this is his ship, a bit more leeway, a bit more freedom for Alex. The fact that he's out causes all of you to be questioning your next step. Do you wait for Alex to come out of this coma that he was put into by the Martians, or do you try to find another avenue of, well, income? And so, breaking on to day 6 now, where some of the crew, now the ship, the Pirates, did have a crew complement of around 45 people. And at this point, a quarter of them have actually already left. Put in resignations, leaving to go to better things, or just still to acquire money without waiting, because no one's known. There's already rumor abound between the shipmates that Alex might never wake up through what happened. And so, the group of you find yourselves talking with a couple other shipmates from the Pirates, wondering what the next step that you're all going to plan on doing. And you have the glasses in front of you. The bar music is thumping a bit of music. There's a mix of humans, some belters, some other people inside there. Everyone's keeping their head a bit low. There is essentially a knife-edged tension that is going on because, well, essentially there is a possible war about to break out between Mars and Earth, and, well, people already started drawing blows, hence Alex. So we come to the 5 of you, and now we're going to do proper group introductions. Now, all I really need is just for everyone else and everyone in the game to know who you are, what you're doing. Go and just say what, as you're at this table or maybe you're at the bar, talk with each other about the next plan of events. Who are you? What do you look like? And what do they know you for on board the ship, the Pirates?
If Alex doesn't wake up, I'm gonna go beat him until he does.
Good plan. I'm Grigor, Germanic-looking dude, about 6 feet tall, medium build. Background is business and science, so what we need to do, we can do a lot of the communication and negotiation, and that I have a chemistry background from university, and I'm an earther.
Rowan is a very tall boy and a very big boy, and he's in his late 20s. Technically a Martian, but not really. Technically an Earther, but also not really. Served in the Martian military. It's a long, complicated story, but now he's not serving there anymore, as evident by his presence on Tycho Station on an ice hauler. He's but everybody knows that he was a soldier, and people tend not to get in his way because he's kind of an unstoppable object.
So, Matt, he's also an Earther. He has an engineering background. He tried to join the Earth Navy, but he failed. Now he works on the belt for an Earth-born company, which specializes in engineering and drives and fusion reactors. He's about 6 feet tall, less than that, kind of slim, otherwise not too imposing. He only received basic weapons training before trying to join the Navy, so he's not the best fighter, but he can hold his own.
He was a pilot, as far as anyone knows so far. He takes over piloting when everyone decides to sleep, finally. Keeps to himself mostly.
My guy's Jones. He's Earther. He's mainly an ex-gangster with a who ended up learning how to hack security systems and get into computers and stuff. That's mainly why people hire him for any jobs that that they need. He's looking for money right now. On a mission. He's about like 6'2", like long brownish black hair. Oh yeah, and he keeps it to himself pretty much, but he's able to socialize with people if he needs to.
All right, so I believe that's everyone, if I'm not mistaken. And so you find yourselves again on the station. It is currently around 7:23 Tycho station time PM, and I'll say, Hugh, you just got the word that the main pilot for the Pirates has decided to leave and join another hauler, which has actually promoted you to being the main pilot of the Pirates. For whenever it does decide to get to back in operation. But let's talk a bit about the current location you're on right now, Tycho Station. I'm going to share information, share a picture with you. That is, you'll see an image of the Nauvoo as well as Tycho. Now, the Nauvoo is no longer here right now. It is currently speeding off into the unknown.
Okay, shall we go find the Nauvoo?
Yeah, currently, actually, there's word about of the fact that there is an operation right now to build a couple of ships to go chase after the Nauvoo before it's gone for all time. So there are people building a couple of ships right now for that endeavor. But for what's known, Tycho Station is the largest construction platform in the Sol system. It's also the headquarters of Tycho Manufacturing and Engineering Concern, and it is built around a half-kilometer size sphere that constructs ships inside the sphere itself, and it has enough room for about 15,000 families, or 15,000 people, workers and families put together. Now, what's interesting to know is that Tycho Station makes regular campaign contributions towards Earth as well as Mars politicians. And so if Tycho's ever actually attacked by any sort of thing, it would pretty much cause both UN and Mars to come by, which does mean that Tycho is fairly safe within the galaxy at the moment.
At the moment.
At the moment. Yes, there's word about because, well, the first incident that has caused a lot of ripples along the population, essentially everywhere, and that is the Eros incident, where Eros decided to go ahead and spontaneously provide spaceflight capabilities and fly towards Earth. Luckily, it made a detour into Venus where it smashed into its surface, but that has caused a massive number of people to come up with questions, speculations, theories.
Fitted engines to Eros.
And that comes from, was Eros a secret weapons test by Mars to blow up Earth? Was it done by aliens that want to come by and show off their little gray skin and beady eyes? Or was it something that was, well, unknown? Everyone has speculations, everyone knows, and some people just don't ask. But because of this incident, it has caused a shift in the navies of both Mars and Earth to essentially be ready for any type of strike that might be incoming. So it's also caused tensions with people amongst each other. Maybe at one time there are some friends between Earthers and Martians, which I've now kind of broken down a bit. But as this all is on your mind, you think about your next income and how you're going to deal with this. And so before we go any further, before we decide to delve into this little adventure of ours, I want to ask, does anyone here wish to do anything before we continue?
So you said that the Furious is ours now, if I understand correctly?
No.
So
No.
Hugh is...
I'm
Oh,
the main
okay.
pilot, so
Yeah,
I
Pirates
can't
belongs to the
now.
captain, who's currently out.
He's dead. He's not dead. He's dead.
Who's,
So we can
who's the
technically
XO?
not use it. It's not
Uh,
ours.
The
I would
XO,
assume the XO is. Yeah.
yeah, the XO is a individual named Anton Zan, and he is just waiting for the captain to wake up.
Go convince Anton to do some shit.
I think it's time for some old-fashioned mutiny.
I want to mutiny a ship.
Is this one worth stealing?
It won't go that fast. But any combat ship will catch up with us in days.
So this ice hauler, which company does it belong to? Is it independent or?
Personal
Independent
ownership
is
of
owned
Alex.
by Alex.
So if we were to take the ship, no one would blink an eye except for Alex. But Alex is.
Can't
in a
blink an
coma.
eye because his eyes are closed.
Yeah, exactly.
My mind just filled with so many ideas on what I could do to this ice hauler.
Well, there's a couple things about that. And let's go ahead and, you know what, let's do some rolls. Let's see what we can bring into here. So let's see, what would be a good roll for this? Let's do a... If anyone's got intelligence law, or just intelligence, go ahead and roll that.
I haven't got anything with law, I got current affairs.
Now, so I can get an idea, because I can't remember who was here and who was not. So who here does not know the system right now?
Me.
I don't remember it.
You gave me a lesson and I forgot.
No worries. Okay, so let's do it first. Let's do the first roll in the game. So open up your character sheet.
Yeah.
Now I asked for an intelligence roll. This deals with law, and so what you're gonna do is find the little button on your character sheet that says intelligence. Should be a number
Yeah.
in a little sand or brownish colored box. Click on that.
Didn't do anything.
Double click it then. It's one or the other. There we go.
go.
That's how we do rolls in the game.
Thank-
Now, just like D&D, when you do rolls in this game, you do a skill check. You're trying to come across a target number or difficulty number. I discern what it is. And in this situation, I'm going to say that everyone here except for Matt knows the repercussions of what you're saying right now. So yes, you can try to take the ship that does not belong to you. Now, Alex is not dead, so you can't claim salvage at all. And the thing is, if you decide to steal his
Yeah.
ship, the fact that it's still berthed in Tycho Station, it's not going to let you go in the first place. And if you did steal it, you're expecting a very, very long prison sentence.
Well, you're saying that we can't claim it because the owner isn't dead. I can help with
you
that.
can't go deal that.
Yes, if you want to go to the ward cell and kill the guy, be my guest.
I don't think we should open the session with murder.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's not murder, okay? He's in a coma. I'm
not
helping
murder,
him
it's
go
nothing.
to the other side.
Oh,
Right, Kevorkian.
that's very cool. We could just leave him there. If we want to
I mean-
take the ship.
If we get the XO's permission to take the ship, it's not theft.
You can just
I don't
see
think
if
the
we can get
XO
the
is.
XO to let us use the ship, and
Alternatively, if the
I have another
XO
question.
becomes...
Can the ship even be run by 6 people if the crew is 45?
Well, the crew is 45 to essentially have the operation to bring in ice. It could probably be run by
Three
your size of people,
probably.
yes. Because all it really needs is kind of like a pilot, maybe a co-pilot sensors. It can be run by this amount of people.
a pilot and engineer. That's what
Yeah.
you need to get a ship out of dock. Who
Well-
needs sensors and radio?
But you do know this. There are docking clamps on the Pirates right now, which would prevent it from leaving unless it was let go.
I am
Oh, yeah.
going to
Martian
drink and eat and sleep my money away until somebody else comes up with some sort of solution. Because
Now, if you want to ask the XO, you can be my guest. You can put up a terminal to set you a little cell phone and give Anton Zan a call. Who knows? Maybe
Who's gonna
he'll go along and try to commandeer the ship, or even maybe he already has the blessing of the captain. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah. Right, when are you guys cool? I want to talk to... Who was it? Who was,
We haven't
Martian
even
Navy?
introduced ourselves to each
or
other
Earth
yet.
Navy? It was
Roan was in
Gregor,
the Martian Navy.
wasn't it?
Martian Navy, that was me.
Okay, and who was Earth?
That was Matt. Right?
Matt and...
But
Make
he
it
wasn't.
easy. Just so we know,
He was-
easy in chat. Type out where you're from. Inside Fantasy Grounds chat.
But Matt wasn't joining as a soldier per se. He was more of an engineering kind of
Yeah, that's
situation.
what I want you for.
Engineering Navy role.
You guys don't know this in character, but yeah. I'm the only Martian here, aren't I?
No.
One's technically Martian.
The only full Martian here.
The only full
Yeah,
Martian.
full
that
Martian,
is
yes.
correct.
Although Roan has the build of a Martian, though, and he is called a
Yeah.
Martian. But he's not a true Martian.
Yeah.
My parents were Martians, but I was
Yeah.
born on Earth and orphaned.
So you're full Martian, just think you're an alpha.
By law, by
That's
law,
your
I am.
Martians. Yeah.
I'm Muggle blood.
My God.
Mud blood, yes.
Yes. Harry Potter
Does that make
17
me
did
bad,
come out
Peter?
3 years ago.
Harry Potter 17.
How did J.K. Rowling not die yet?
Yeah, J.K. Rowling's great-great-great-grandchildren are still around, making
J.K.
Harry Potter
Rowling
stories.
uploaded herself to the
It-
galactic consciousness.
The Futurama head scenario she's writing.
Yeah. I will say...
It follows the story of Barry Frotter, who's actually gay, turns out.
Very
Yeah.
funny.
He was going to try and drag Ronan, Matt, I think it was. He was the Earth military guy. Tried to get into it and try and get them to the side. Speak about a little idea he has on how to steal the ship.
Why would we steal the ship, though?
But just use it.
If anybody would
Murder the
be
captain
very
and
talkative,
get the Exo
he's called
presence,
the
because
XO.
we kind of need a way off this rock.
Well, we don't need to
Metal.
use this ship. We can just go look for a different job.
Yeah, but if we have our own ship, we go where we want and not where they want.
It's nice, Holler, though it sucks.
Yeah, it's a huge, cumbersome freighter.
Yeah, it
that
has
is
no weapons.
Useful for anything.
Not
No
that
one
much
notices ice
thrust in it.
holders.
It's a glorified fucking raft.
What's the size? Is it middle
It's a
or
medium one,
huge?
isn't it?
It's a big one.
Medium.
Medium
You
size.
need a big ship to be an ice hauler.
Yeah, but in ice hauler size, he said. it
In
was
an
a
ice hauler
medium
size,
one.
it's a medium-sized ship.
So it's smaller than the Cant.
Maybe a little bit smaller.
So about 100 meters.
They can
long.
at least take one torpedo. Once they don't nuke us.
I don't think.
Not nuclear.
Yeah,
No,
every
keep a
was
torpedo.
destroyed by a nuclear torpedo. The normal ones, they would be able to take a few. Because they're big, bulky, lots of space that they don't need air in.
I think Rowan and I are probably drinking at the bar, just talking amongst ourselves.
So I just walk up and tap you guys on the shoulder and just say, "How do you feel about explosives?"
I'm gonna defer to Grigor on
Grigor.
choices of work.
Mm. What do you mean?
I'm just
Well,
look.
I'm asking him what do you mean by explosives?
What do you
I
mean
might-
explosives?
I might know a guy who can get us stuff.
But why?
Why? What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Well, if we ever need to break a very big rock, I can get the boom for that. Or if we ever need any guns, I might be able to get that.
But why
Am
would
I
we
right
need
now?
to do boom rocks though?
There's more materials in an asteroid than just the water.
Get
Yeah,
me
sure.
an assault rifle and I can take this thing.
Give me a gun and I'll take the ship. Could you outfit a nice hauler for mining? Probably.
As you are discussing mutiny amongst yourselves, as well as theft, you all
Well, I was
essentially
just joking.
get
I'm
pinged.
retrofitting a nice hauler to.
You get pinged on your terminal by a incoming message. All of you do.
Beep.
Beep.
Boop.
You look at the terminal and you realize that this was essentially a proximity drop-in to your terminals. So someone close by just dropped in a message to essentially the 5 of you.
I read the message. What's the
What does
message?
it say?
I ignore the message and drink.
Fantastic. The
Okay.
message does, in fact, I just read it out.
What?
He'll read it out.
Writing it out.
Oh. I thought
Oh,
you said,
write it
in
out.
fact, I read it out. I was like, wait, I didn't hear you read it out. I was too occupied. with
You
getting
mean
explosives.
copy paste?
Yeah, copy paste.
Oh, the glory
Everything I
of
can message on my
running a pre-made campaign.
I'm doing partially pre-made stuff here. I'm doing my own stuff. Let's see.
I mean, I understand. Yesterday I ran a 9-hour-long one-shot
Jesus.
in 5e. And they didn't even finish the goddamn mission.
Well, first of all, you have my condolences for A, playing it for so long, and B, playing 5e.
5e's good. Especially when you homebrew half of it.
Awful.
Now to bring up my actual story. Let's see. There we go. This is what you get on all of your terminals.
Well,
A
I don't know
form
what
of
it
work
means.
sounds kind of fishy.
Is there a from?
Right.
There is no from on this note.
Obligatory blank message.
But if you want to, go ahead and give me another. Let's see. Now I learn all these what these focus means.
Don't we
Give me
have
an intelligence
don't we
roll.
have a hacker who can probably do something about this?
We don't know that yet. He probably just doesn't tell people he's a hacker.
Huh?
Well, but he could be doing things on his own.
Could be. We've only talked to one person so far. Just
Our interaction consists of, hey, do you want some guns and explosives?
Yeah, if anyone wants to, this can be an intelligence with a focus of current affairs.
Hey, I got that focus. How do I do that?
Okay, so if you have it, you're gonna click on the focus button that's underneath the skills, or underneath the focus, and then double click on intelligence.
I use improvisation.
Would improv work there?
Did that work?
I think improv wouldn't really work knowledge-wise, would it?
Business and contacts.
Intuition wouldn't work as me being able to figure out where this came from, would it?
I think intuition is something different.
It is.
Yeah, improv, I would say,
Interpersonal human stuff.
yeah, it's kind of weird to use improv in that situation. So I'm gonna say no. But as it is, we do have Hugh recall on who this individual is, as well as Grigor.
Grid was like, who the fuck is that man? Oh, it's that man.
Could
You
tech
know
be
this name.
used? Could I ro-
I think I remember this person.
Guy's a dick.
Alright, so I'm gonna give this to Hugh, as well as Grigor. So I sent you 2 private messages.
Ah,
Apostle Birch.
yeah.
Sounds like some Mormon cultist.
You're
Barbara
not
Rex.
wrong. We
He's
should
the,
probably go see him.
He's the highest ranking Mormon on this
Yeah.
bucket.
Yeah.
You know what? If you asked me, hey, would you rather deal with a comatose ice holder owner or the highest ranking Mormon on Tycho Station? I take the comatose ice holder owner.
I've got money.
Well,
It's the easy way to solve this, Mike. Make a new character. We can lose Roan.
you can sit here and drink yourself to death.
I make a new
We'll go
character.
get-
Definitely we have the money though, so I say we at least try.
Mormons are annoying.
Only when you don't play them right.
Well,
I hate dealing with
We
this
got-
guy, but he's got coin, so
Yeah.
let's at least hear him out. Can we see if everybody else is kind of holding their terminal from our ship?
You only see actually U5.
But I mean, like, as the PC. So if I look around the bar, I just see the 5 of us, like, looking at our terminals.
Yeah, you see some other ship crew. In fact, it would make more sense. You see your other ship crew, and there are a couple others. There are a couple other specialty individuals that you know from the Pirates that are also currently looking at their terminal. But besides that, they kind of play with the terminal and they close it down. Whether they're replying to that message or not is up to be known. But some actually look around. A couple actually glance eyes at the 5 of you at the bar, and then some just go back to drinking or spending time with any other people that might be inside the bar right now.
look, I know what a sinking ship looks like. So even if I don't enjoy religious folk, if you want to go talk to him about a job, I will tag along.
Of course, you know what a sinking ship looks like. At least you have water where you're from.
Hugh was
It's a
Hugh.
it's
You were
a,
the one that approached us.
Sure. Let's go. Hugh starts heading towards the section.
Oh no, I'm saying like you
Okay,
were the one
so,
that
Yeah, I
trying
know.
to
so we're going
names and voices down still. All right, Matt.
So we're going in section 3, aren't we?
Section 3
I'll
at Tycho
walk
Station.
over to Matt. Or did you get the same message?
I got the message that everybody else got.
What are you thinking?
Can I use my terminal whilst they're deciding whether to follow me to Section 3 to try and get in contact with my contacts?
What are you wanting to do?
Get in contact with some contacts and possibly see if they would be willing to sell us weapons on the cheap.
It's a possibility.
Okay.
Would you want to do that right now, or would you want to do that a little bit later?
Well, no, I'm sending a message to them on the terminal whilst they're doing their thing.
Okay.
Because I'm on my way to Section 3 already.
Okay. You send out a couple messages, and you get a couple responses from some of the people that you do know.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, if you're looking to acquire some wares or anything, come talk to them on the various sections of Tycho.
Okay.
You can walk over to Jones. Jones, did you get this message as well?
I don't think I did. Wait,
Your
no,
terminal?
No, I got it. I got it.
No, I didn't. Oh, wait, yeah, there it is.
I just had to pull it up for me to check real quick. Yeah, I got it. I got it as well. You know, would you know who it's from?
Yeah, it's some bigwig Mormon guy.
Ugh, Mormons.
Rowan and Matt and I are gonna probably head over there and
You want company?
know this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's only
what
so
do you
much I
think
can
about it?
take and- so.
Yeah, I say
Nobody
we go.
else?
So it's
Nobody else from our crew seems to be interested, and I don't really blame him, but beats rotting in this bar forever.
Tell me about it. Maybe there might be
so
something
it's
there
4 of us.
we can get or something. You never know.
He's with
There's
us
still
too.
5 of us. It's just I've headed off before you guys have decided.
Okay, so I say we go.
I don't know about that Hugh guy. He fucking walked up to us and was asking about explosives.
Yeah, he sounds like a deranged guy. I mean, I'm up for blowing shit up, but there's gotta be a point to it, you know?
All right, Mr. Murder the Captain.
Yeah.
Look, I was just providing a solution to a problem.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's head over there now. You
All
guys
right.
got something to do first.
You go through the various sections of Tycho, and you eventually get to where the Mormons are, for the most part, predominantly on Tycho Station, and it's a fairly different change in scenery. Now, Tycho Station is relatively clean as is. Walking around, obviously, you go to other parts of the station, it will be dirtier, especially if you're going to the docks or whatnot. But as you're going to the front entrance in the lobby of the Mormon temple here on Tycho, it is extremely spotless. It is clean. And it almost makes some of you just seem maybe a little strange that something is so nice looking. And you see all the individuals inside going about their business. It is later in the day, and there's not as many individuals as usual, but they're all very, very nicely well kept dressed, suits and whatnot. And as you go into the front doors, you see a youngerish woman at one of the reception desks. She goes, "Yes, may I help you?" And you see that she eyes the group of you as you enter with a bit of a curious slash cautious glance, because she knows that, well, none of you probably fit in right here. And she's curious, going more into cautious of why you're here.
Yeah,
Is
Mr.
there
Birch
working hours?
sent us something to talk to him.
Oh, 1 second, please. And she starts typing on a terminal in front of her. And after a few moments, she goes, "Oh, yes, yes. Please follow me." And she gets up and she starts to very slowly walk onto a set of doors on your right. "Please come. He's been waiting for you for some time now."
Right. Walk through the door.
You pass a couple rooms, some filled with people. You hear a couple of prayers going on and whatnot, and you eventually go to a very, very ornate double wooden doored room. It is depicted with a lot of iconography of the Mormon temple on the front of the door, and she raps on the door and then opens it slightly, and you hear her whisper something inside. And after a few moments, she turns back around and opens the door fully. And she goes, "Mr. Birch will see you now." And she waits for the 5 of you to go inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Going inside.
Hugh heads in.
Same.
We don't have guns, right?
No.
No.
Well, if you do have guns, it'd probably be pistols. You wouldn't have anything larger than that. And in general, you wouldn't be walking around with a unconcealed pistol.
You're inside of a church and you're thinking about guns?
Yeah, for that matter, they would have had actual scanners at the front. And if you did decide to have a gun on you, they would ask you to leave it behind for the time being. Now, some of you have a focus for weaponry, which means you would have, I'll start off with a permit to carry one.
Even through screenings like this, or would they
Screens,
still ask
no.
us to?
But throughout the general station, you're allowed to. You're allowed to have one.
Like an open carry permit, then?
Essentially, yes.
Some of us have to hide it.
Yes, somebody would have to hide it. But they would ask you to leave. 'Cause I do believe someone has it. So they would ask you to leave behind.
I have a pistol, but if they asked me to leave it behind, I'd leave it behind.
Okay. Yeah, they put it in a nice little safe at the reception area.
I
Now,
don't
as
need a
you-
gun to be with monks.
Yeah. As you go into the room, it's actually a fairly large room that's carpeted, very, very well lit, and it has walls and bookshelves and paneling all around. And it looks actually very, very nice, and again, very, very clean. And what's kind of striking is that the bookshelves look like they carry actual books, and probably the biggest collection of books you've ever seen for that part. And the air is just filled with a bit of a cigar smoke. In fact, there's a cigar that's currently out on this man's desk. And in front of you, you see Apostle Bert. And this is an older man who has graying hair. And he sees the group of you and he gets up out of his chair and he goes, "Oh, welcome, welcome. Please sit down." And you see that there are actually 5 chairs arranged at the front of his desk.
I say, smoking Mormon, huh? Thought you guys couldn't even have caffeine.
No, I was something like that.
Well, those were a bit of older ways. There's a bit of a slight leeway now than what has been told to most people.
Especially when you're at the top, huh?
He kind of just looks at you with that, but doesn't reply at all.
He's probably used to getting shit like this.
All right, Birch, what do you want? We saw your message. We came here. We're just looking for work.
Oh, thank you for coming. That is the reason why I had one of my associates send the message to you. I was actually given a bit of word. I was looking for people with, how do I put this, particular talent. And, well, your group, as well as several others, did come across, but I do know a bit of the reputation of the Pirates, and so that's why I invited you. But to the matter at hand. As you know, the Nauvoo project has had a bit of a drawback by Fred Johnson, and you hear him actually kind of have a bit of he's kind of a contempt for Fred Johnson when he mentions his name. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the events at hand, but with the setback, we've been pushing a bit of things forward. But recently, 2 scientists working on the Nauvoo project have gone missing. And, well, I would like your group, to find what happened to the 2 scientists.
What
On
do
the
you even
station?
need the scientists for? There's no
You're
more
missing the
Nauvoo.
ship.
Well, we're actually
that's
hoping
right.
to retrieve the Nauvoo to continue on our journey. Fred Johnson's already dispatched crews to build several ships to retrieve the Nauvoo. And once it's back here, we can continue fitting the ship for our 100-year journey. But yes, 2 of our scientists that were primarily on the Nauvoo project have gone missing. The first one, well, the latest one was about 3 weeks ago, and it's with this one that did cause us a bit of concern. And this is the reason why hoping to hire the group of you. I'd like to find where the scientists went, because I now do not believe they left of their own volition.
On the
Where have
station.
they gone missing? Where did we last see them?
They both actually were here on Tycho. The individuals was Dr. Anna Bregenholm and Dr. Matteo Seri. Dr. Anna Bregenholm actually went missing 3 months ago, and this with her, we thought that she left of her own volition. Maybe she got fed up with the project or the event that happened here with the Nauvoo. But 3 weeks ago, when Dr. Matteo Seri, he disappeared, and now this has me worried.
They're not on the station anymore?
We've tried contacting through the terminals. Anna Brinkholm does not have any family, but Matteo Seri does have a wife, and I've contacted her, and he's not been home. And now she is extremely worried, and this is why I have now come to the conclusion that something else is happening here. And honestly, I'm afraid of contacting Fred Johnson. I do believe no one here is a belter. Pardon what I might be saying, but with the events of the Nauvoo and the OPA here, I did want a group that might not be connected to Fred Johnson, just in case.
Have you tried asking him? Why don't you try asking him if they wanted the scientists for their Nauvoo retrieval project?
Well, they don't need the scientists, especially the ones here. They would have their expertise lies on systems that wouldn't be useful to the retrieval of the ship. My
What would their
scientists would not be
expertise
needed.
Maybe they want to modify the ship.
He goes onto his
Something.
terminal and he slings over a couple files to all of you, and you can now look at them at a bit, and it pulls information.
Do you have any idea why they might have gone missing?
Well, no, and it's like I said, if only one has gone missing, that I might overlook. But with these two, this is what is having me be under worry.
Did they disappear at the same time?
No, Dr. Anna Bregenholm. She is a environmental control and life support specialist. She went missing 3 months ago. It was the first disappearance. And then 3 weeks ago with Matteo Seri, he's a biochemist. None of these are really needed for a project to retrieve the Nauvoo. They're specifically for the Nauvoo.
Were they both working on something when they went missing?
Well, yes, they're both working on the Nauvoo project in their offices and their workstations, and they just never came to work the next day.
How far apart did sing?
How far apart? What?
Well, you said they didn't go missing at the same time, so I'm assuming one of them went missing before the other.
Yeah, Dr.
So
Anna
how
Bregenholm
apart-
went missing 3 months ago. Yeah, I mean, but this is a
That's
clue
a-
also.
That's a very long time to be missing for.
So Anna
When did-
Bregenholm went missing 3 months ago, and Matteo Seri went missing 3 weeks ago.
And why do you suspect that these are in any way connected if it's been this far apart?
Well, I don't know if they're connected, but as I mentioned, these are two of the primary scientists on the Nauvoo project, which have now gone missing. That this is why I am hoping you can investigate.
Well,
Did you
it's
put
not.
an inquiry to the
Missing
station security?
scientists.
Her?
Yes, I did, but they brought up nothing.
So now you come to us.
Well, we don't really have much to work with here. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Well, I have the contact
Yeah,
information
lost.
for some of the co-workers of both Anna Bregenholm and Matteo Seri, and he links to you essentially the contact info for Dr. Seri's wife. But maybe this is not my area of expertise, unfortunately. We've never actually had to deal with kidnapped scientists or missing scientists for that matter. If something's happened to them, please. I mean, the station's only gone and told us that they're not around, they're missing, but they might show up. They say it's not unusual for people to go missing for an extended amount of time.
Station security said they're not on the station.
What do your people do when they typically disappear for a period of time?
That I am not entirely sure, which is why I've given you the contact info for the coworkers. I'm more of a lead position here in the temple. I don't quite go out and speak to the workers or the scientists.
Let's see. Who were their? Did they both have the same superior officer or report?
No,
or...
they were essentially the lead in their field, so they reported to no one.
Did they know each other?
I do not believe so, but again, I am not entirely sure.
So do you have permission to give us all access to everything? Their workstations, their workplaces, all the places they could travel to within the Nabu project.
I don't keep track of where they've gone after this, but of course I can have the information from their terminals open to you.
And their physical workplace?
Yes. You'll see the information inside the packets I sent all of you.
Okay.
Why don't we talk a bit about the reward?
Why don't we talk about the money?
Well, yes. If you do find out, and if something is wrong, please bring them back. If they're not gone, still please let me know and bring me the information so I can have my own other people look into this. But I will definitely offer a handsome offer of income to all of you. At least more than the current condition of, I believe, your Captain Alex. It's most unfortunate. You have my condolences that the individual's still within the coma. I know the events right now between Mars and Earth is quite dire.
Isn't it?
If they aren't on the station, you still want us to get them?
If they're on the station, please.
And if they're not on the station?
Oh, well, this is why I'm hoping you can retrieve them even if they're off the station.
How would you want us to do that?
If something dire has happened, please get them.
How do you exactly expect us to go after them? We don't have a ship right now.
Well, we kind of do.
I was under the assumption that you do have other... Well, you're resourceful from what my individual told me about your crew.
You're saying we should steal a ship?
I'm not condoning any type of illegal activity, no. But I'm sure there's ways to acquire a ship legally.
Would you be able to help in any way with that?
Fortunately, my personal ship is with my sister right now. But come to me, if you do need to leave the station, come back to me and then we can discuss matters then.
We could ask our executive officer to give us the ship, but maybe if you give him a little incentive.
We need to find some scientists.
Yeah, well, if you could hire the XO, I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't mind it.
Oh, I did send a message to your executive officer. He politely declined.
Right. You're telling the XR.
Well,
Have you tried giving him any money?
If we do the dirty work, I'm sure he'll come around. He's just gonna be a glorified taxi driver.
Well, the taxi driver would be it would be you. It wouldn't be him.
He just stands there and tells you what. We don't actually need him for the ship.
Yeah, he's like the co-captain, so.
It's the legal reasons.
But he's just, he's in command of the ship right now.
We don't even need him to start the ship.
Oh,
It's alright.
maybe.
Don't we have a
All right, guys. Let's
So then,
Go sit down and
we have an
chat about
agreement?
need 50% up front.
I'm afraid that's
Exactly,
something I cannot do.
How do you get 50% of income up front?
I can't.
Well, let's talk figures then. If you're not going to give us an advance, then
We'll get your scientists and come back with him, but we want the money before you get your scientist. Simple.
not working for free, man.
Trade.
No, well, this is what we do. We go get the scientist, and then if he doesn't pay us what he wants, when we bring him the scientist to him, we keep the scientist.
No, we don't kill him. That would be a crime.
No, I said we keep him.
What?
We keep the site.
We're not saying this in front of him.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We're saying this between ourselves. Or
All right, let's do
they're
this.
saying-
Since you're asking this, go ahead and give me Give me a communications bargaining focus.
How about business?
Business
Organization.
is based off of. No, it wouldn't work here.
So regular communication would not work. Just it's got to be the.
Well, as communications, anyone can do the communications role, but if you have the bargaining focus, it's obviously going to be at the +2. Now, if you think another type of focus might work, please. So here's all I'm going to say is I didn't actually mention this in the game. So if I don't mention a focus that you think might work, let me know. Let me know how you think it'll work yourself, and I'll try to include it. But I will generally give you a focus that is going to be the most basic for that role.
I use my business focus with improvisation as just kind of a general background for negotiation.
I say you can use improv, but not business.
I'm just not together. I'm just saying like with the background, like together, just combine it kind of as a.
That's why improv would work in here, is because
Sorry,
Like
what
I have
are
a
we
business
going
background,
for?
so I can improv, like, do some improv.
I
So
don't understand what we're rolling for.
negotiating.
negotiating
Yeah, but like to get what?
money,
Higher reward? Oh, okay.
Money
upfront
up front,
money.
essentially.
I don't want to go searching for I don't want to be sent on a goose chase for free.
Yes.
Well, it's not for free. It'll
Just,
be payment at the end of it.
Yeah,
Let's
but if we
see.
don't find them, we get shit worth of nothing.
No.
That's
There's operating costs.
we need a ship. We need to look for people. Like
We don't
travel,
need a ship
probably.
yet. Well, we're assuming we're gonna need a ship.
All right.
Probably.
I am going to use though. Let's see. Who was doing the main talking here? It was. So I have to learn all your voices and all your names. So who was the one that was doing all
Yeah.
the negotiating?
Sure.
It was Grigor. Okay. All right. So Grigor with that role, yeah, that's absolutely fine. We'll use that. I can offer. Give me one moment, please. And he sits up and he goes to another room. He asks you to essentially wait a moment.
Whilst he's getting our money, how do I whisper to people?
Okay. A way to do
In
it
chat.
is you can type it out in chat and then drag that text to their name.
Okay.
Do a quick test to see if it works, just in case it doesn't work.
And
How would I be able to whisper to you?
You can type this
Okay.
out. I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
Let's
you
do
can do
it.
shift.
Yeah, that
or
worked,
you can do
Gregor.
/W and then space and then GM and then type out your message. Yeah, and then it'll message the GM.
Let's.
Yep, that works.
Is
Cool.
is the cigar currently unattended?
His cigar is currently unattended. Yes.
I'm gonna take a swig.
A puff.
Yeah, it's currently not lit, so you can, if you want to, take a
Oh, wait,
puff.
it's
Go
not
for
lit?
it. No.
Then I'm gonna.
lighter. I smoke.
Wait, has it been used or is it just a fresh cigar?
It's half used.
Oh, I'm gonna slide it in my pocket.
I was gonna put it in my armpit and then put it back.
Nah, I'm gonna smoke that later.
Hey, can you let me take a hit? I want to try that. I used to smoke cigars. But
Well, not right now. When we get in the bar.
why not right now? I want to see if it's worth it. If it's not, I'll go in a bar and buy some other brand of cigars.
Well, then you can see in the bar if it's worth it or not, because I'm doing the stealing.
Okay then.
Let's not fight about the stolen cigar, guys.
This is all about stealing the ship, the scouts, and killing the captain with you guys all the time.
Murder hobos.
You guys are usually asleep when I come up.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to be flying in an ice holder coffin. I'd rather get an actual ship, you know?
Believe me, I wish I could be in the ship I want to be in.
So I have a question for the GM right now. Can we buy ships? How much income do you need?
Lots.
Yeah, more than you can afford.
How about renting?
I was imagining
What's
that.
that?
What if we could hire a captain?
Okay, he comes back in and he goes back to his terminal and he essentially swings forward his transfer of credits to all of you, essentially giving all an income increase of 1.
Oh, cool.
We just change that on our sheet.
Yes.
Okay.
So it has already
Do
increased.
record the base. So before you record this, keep down a note somewhere. In fact, I'm gonna do it right now because this can't fluctuate. In fact, I'm gonna do it right now. So base income. All right, Matt, what's your base income before I give you the increase?
Where do we mark
I
it?
think it was 4.
All right, Jones, what was yours?
Mine was
Jones, what was yours?
Mine was 5.
All right, Hugh, what was yours?
Rich boy. 4.
All right, Ron, what was yours?
3.
And Grigor, what was yours?
5.
5. All right.
Damn, they're rich.
Essentially all middle class, essentially.
Oh,
Yeah, so now I'm going to increase that by 1. So income will fluctuate up and down based on income, stuff like what happened right now. If you start to buy stuff that does require income, a portion of income will actually go down on your list. So this will fluctuate.
GM, are we going to worry about like living costs and doing those kind of rolls for now? Or
A living cost, no, unless it's relevant to the story. So say you want to impress someone by doing a higher living cost, then I'll probably do a roll then. But general living costs, no.
Is there maintenance costs for ships?
Yes, and gear, yes.
And like, what's the time interval between each maintenance?
So there is essentially downtime that happens, especially when you're traveling on ship during destinations. And there's a collection of things you can do, and we'll get to that when we get there. But one of them is maintenance because you will have to maintain gear. And there's a few things you can do, but we'll get to that when we actually approach that situation.
Need it. Right.
All right.
Okay,
so he
we
did
have a
transfer
deal,
this to you.
What was your name again?
Whose name?
Oh, the Mormon guy.
Oh, Mormon was Apostle Birch.
So we have a deal, Mr. Birch.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I think we have a deal, Mr. Birch.
Fantastic. And with that, he goes to shake all of your hands.
Shake his hand.
I reluctantly shake his hand.
I shake his hand.
He does
Since
give you
I'm
all, he
next
does give you
door, I
all a
just
firm
nod.
handshake.
Oh, he ain't gonna give me a firmer handshake than I did.
Well, he's not going for a strength competition, but he has a very firm handshake.
They have a handshake off. Meanwhile, I just nod at him from the door.
Right, please let me know as what you find as soon as you can. And again, thank you for helping the Mormon Church in this endeavor.
Right. So you
Hold on a sec.
before
You
we
said
leave.
something about... Okay, you go. wait.
You don't know why they're gone missing, but have you had any people that don't look kindly towards you recently?
No, well, you can understand the Mormons do bring a sense of unwelcome to some people, but there's been no outward hostility.
but like more than usual.
No. In fact, if anything, it's actually lessened because of the Nauvoo. I don't want to call it a disaster, but the Nauvoo incident did have people look a bit more.
Oh, it's a disaster, all right.
No. I'm hoping it doesn't stay that way.
You said something about giving us access to their computers or terminals.
Yes, the Rook terminals. If there might be information there that might give clue to what happened, and I will have those be able accessible by all of you.
Can you transfer the data in our terminals?
No.
So we
You
don't
can
have
search
to-
through it, but that's information you can't be. You understand there are some sensitive information, so there's nothing you can copy or transfer, but you can scroll through them and look through the information.
All right,
What
whatever.
were they?
But where are they?
What exactly were they working on?
Find out when we look for all that data.
I don't
We're
know
gonna have
the exact specifics. Their terms do a bit elude me. But if you talk to some of the coworkers, or if you go to the people at their offices, they'll most definitely know. They can clue you in most likely on what they specifically worked on. I just know the titles of their position.
The reports that we have access to give us their day-to-day, like logs.
They do keep a log of when they go on break and when they come back, as well as the progress for the day. Beyond that, I am not quite into the detail of that information. The coworkers will know. They'll work with them.
I think we should start just looking at the computers.
GM, since
I
my
wanna go
character
and
would
look at
probably...
Reagan Holmes' computer.
Okay, real quick. Someone asked me
Can I
a question directly.
Me.
Yeah.
Since my character's a pilot, would he... the ship, the ice hauler, is it still accessible, like, for crew to get onto if they need to put repairs in? Or...
Yeah, you can get on the ship, but it's still a berth, and that
It's
only...
just stuck there.
Yes, they can't leave. That's all.
Okay.
But you can get on it still.
Wouldn't we normally be sleeping on our ship?
Probably.
Yeah, that too, probably.
That's why we don't have living costs.
I mean, we're probably still paying, well, captain's paying fees for docking, etc. But
Yeah. We just don't get any money out of him at the moment.
I want to go and start looking at Regan Holmes' computer.
All right, so real quick, let me go ahead and do a quick bathroom break, and then we'll get back. So, we're back.
Okay.
Okay.
if they're back.
Yay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, I had 4 hours of sleep. And I woke up 12 hours ago.
Nice.
You woke up at like 5 p.m.?
No, 8 a.m.
5 p.m. your time, 5 a.m. his time.
Oh, okay, but I thought you were from Poland.
I am from Poland. 12 hours ago, it's 8:19.
Oh, okay.
12
I
hours
thought you
ago.
said 2 hours ago.
No, I
My
said
bad.
12.
He said 12. You might have
That was
misheard.
weird, waking up at 5 p.m. Who does that?
He's been up a long time.
If he dies, he dies.
That's regarding our captain.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm adding that to my Mr. Crab. I'll take this time to move.
Do a 30 check here. All right, so when we're ready to continue, hit the ready button on your screen.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy
Crack
Jenkins.
open a cold one with the boys.
I'm back. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, hit the ready button on your screen. I'm waiting for 2 more, then we'll go. Waiting for 1 more, then we'll go.
Aha.
There we go. All right. So, you've all left the office of of Apostle Birch. Now, what would you like to do?
I will say
What time is it now?
let's find somewhere to sit down real quick and chat about this. I would like to approach it. So I don't know if that's like a bar or
Absolutely, a bar.
so.
Sorry, what time is it now? Tycho time.
Give me a second, I'll do it.
Night. It's always night.
It's almost night in Tycho. You're on the way. It's fucking space.
Because that's how space works.
9:16 p.m.
Early.
Wait,
It is
I'll
late.
go
It's
check
late.
the computer tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so it
Yeah,
is
we'll go back to
9:16
the bar.
Tycho time.
It's like,
I think I'm gonna go to the bar if anyone wants to come with me. Back where we were.
I'm just gonna head back to the ship.
I'll
I need to do some stuff.
Yeah, I'll
I'm just gonna go to the bar and have a quick smoke. Then I'll come to the ship as well.
Okay, so looks like we have two groups: the ship group and the bar group. If there's any different ones, let me know. Or since it looks like Matt's by himself, Matt, you go to the bar, and what do you want to do? As everyone else goes to the ship.
Going to the bar.
Okay.
Grigor.
I'm going wherever Grigor is going.
Okay, so now Matt, Grigor, and Rowan go to the bar.
Is Jones going to the ship with me?
Yeah. So Jones, what are you doing?
I'm going to the bar. Or no,
Okay,
my bad,
so
not
I'm
the
going
bar,
to the
the,
ship. So you guys roleplay invoice. I'll do whistles.
I'm going to the ship.
All right. So
Who's going?
since it's just you, Hugh, what do you want to do on the ship?
I'll whisper it to you
Okay.
so they can have group bar time.
Okay, so the other four of you, y'all see as Hugh goes off by himself back to the pyre. The four of you go to the bar, and again, it's nighttime now, so it's actually fairly busy, fairly loud. People are enjoying themselves. There's a bit of a crowd inside there.
I'm gonna light up.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna have just a quick smoke.
All right. So you're kind of just relaxing a bit, enjoying the environment, and there's pretty girls walking around. Now, I was saying this is mostly a Earther bar. It's being how everyone here is mostly Earther.
It's a good thing I didn't show up.
There are some Martians here. Mostly it'll be people from cargo hauls and whatnot going about. There is some security personnel about enjoying their time around their break. Apparently they can go drink, so I'm putting that in. And they're just people here just enjoying the time right now. At some point during the night, there is a bit of a fight that does break up between two Earthers, and because our security personnel here, they do break it up fairly fast. And yeah, it's kind of going on about it's normal night activity. But is there anything you specifically want to do while you're here?
I want to know how good this Mormon cigar is.
I would like to discuss what my compatriots would like to do with the information we've received. And
Jokes on
Who
you,
would like
it's a
to-
Martian cigar.
I
you
have a
guys
question.
Want to
Outside of the game.
investigate this together, or what are you thinking?
Someone had a question outside game.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I don't think it's ever specified in the books or the series, but like, do people around the system know about Protogen and what they're doing? Like Thought Station, the scientists. I don't think they do, right?
No.
I'm fairly certain they don't, because that was a big point in the series itself, was that the Cant crew had no idea what it was.
No, but like
What
after
was going on.
after the Cantor.
No one knows about Protogen. Not yet, at
Okay,
least.
so they don't know until it's
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah.
Until like
If
after
once
Adio,
Venus starts doing shit,
War,
yeah.
Yeah, all that people
no.
know is James Holden, or just remember the cant in his face on the propaganda, as well as Eros flying off on its own thrust, essentially.
Remember
Again,
that
Someone's
the
like, who the fuck put engines on a rock?
people really don't know until the wind situation and end of season 2, season 3-ish, when that whole thing went.
I just want to say that next time we need to go to a bar with less security, so it's less boring as well.
So you can get into a bar fight.
Even looking at one would be fine. You know, just to spice it up a bit.
I don't think anybody's gonna be looking for a bar fight when I'm around. Anyway, what are we doing?
My cigar is going off, so I think I'm gonna go to the ship right now.
Would you care to discuss our current assignment at
Yeah,
all?
Grigor did ask the question. So,
Oh yeah, right. I think tomorrow morning I'm gonna go and check the computer of the scientists. If anybody wants to follow me,
I'm going to
He's gonna
send
go back to
Potato's wife a
tomorrow
message
for
letting her know that we're investigating her disappearance of her husband.
you get a message reply essentially immediately. Oh, here, I'll just type it out. It's relevant. It's a text message.
Yeah.
Who gets that message? I didn't understand.
Group DMs, I assume.
Text message.
Man, she's working fast. Wait a minute, like Mormons... Wait, she can't do that. Mormons can have multiple wives, but not multiple husbands. Or is that outdated info as well?
I think they really discussed
I think,
polygamy.
given
And
that priests on Earth can marry and they can be lesbian, I'd say that's pretty outdated.
Oh yeah, I remember now. That was a thing.
So you can be a woman priest, you can be lesbian and married. That's like the opposite of what you can be today if you want to be a priest.
Right.
be pedantic, but she's a minister, not a priest.
Ooh, I cannot read that at all. All right. I have to change that text out.
Yeah, so
Yeah, one of the just not really a spoiler, but in the next book, there's a character, and it's basically a big polyamory of the ship. So yeah, they're not really inflexible with marriages and different things in this universe.
I can't read the name of whoever sent the message.
Yeah, I'm
because it's
gonna.
blue.
I just realized I'm gonna type it out real quick.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Is there a way to change that kind of thing?
Yeah, I can do it on my side. I didn't realize though that if I do a message from a person, it does it in that text color. So I'm gonna change it. Let me write that down real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, her name is Fiona Tan.
Have you guys gotten these messages?
What?
I sent her a message and CC'd you guys, so she was awesome and hit reply all.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hugh gets the message on the ship and just ignores it.
I go and I answer mine.
Where's she around anyway?
Okay, that's what it does. Now I can tell when I'm not DMing. Nice.
When where is this lady located at?
She is in the residential section of Tycho. Can you have her
Okay.
address?
I'm gonna go see her at night.
Well, no, we're not going to right now, but we can notify her.
I am.
Notify her that we'll come up tomorrow or something.
That
Meanwhile, Greg was like, "Hey, you free now?"
She says yes. Anything to help out. She will stay awake. Her husband is missing. She will stay up.
They're funny business.
I have a
Tower.
question. So, regarding weapons, I think Rowan is the only one with a pistol right now,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. So we only
For
have
now.
one pistol in total.
Considering that I have a brawling focus, can I also have brass knuckles or something?
You got the pistol. That's it.
Can we go to some shady part of Tycho and try to get an assault rifle or something?
Probably not an assault rifle.
yeah, you don't.
How would you like to transport that around on the station?
I guess we'll hide it and
Put it in
Put
a
it in a
big
box.
guitar bag.
and in a bag or something and then hide that into one of our sleeping quarters on the ship.
I'm just gonna carry it in a saxophone case.
Hey, it's Jimmy.
Would also be incredibly weird.
Yes.
No, do the Terminator thing. Shotgun in a box.
How about some kind of technician's box? Since I have the uniform of an engineer.
Don't think we need an assault rifle, guys.
I don't think we
I
need
was
an
just
assault
put- I
rifle to
just-
find a person.
We don't need an assault
Putting that out
rifle
there.
right
Let's just
now.
Hold on to what we have, and then we'll go from there to determine if we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
If they're not on the station, you can start thinking about guns.
Yeah, do understand, if you walk around and you get caught with a gun, you're going to jail. So, through the events
If you
right
don't
now.
have permit.
If you don't have a permit.
I ask her where she's at, and then I'll head over to speak with her.
Yeah, she gives the address. She's in the residential area. We'll call it like section 4.5. She's right now. She says she'll wait for you.
Rowan, let's go talk to this lady.
Do I find what I'm looking for, by the way?
If what I'm getting, you're trying to do, you can get part of it,
You
but
know
it's
what
a
I'm
much
trying to
thorough
do.
process.
Okay.
It's what you want to do is not that easy. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I know. He's a trying.
He's
Stop
trying.
trying to hack shit.
What
Well,
was
it's
that?
like what he's trying to do is legitimate, but it's not as easy as he.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I'll put it that way.
Just kidding. Totally hack stuff.
I'm not hacking anything either.
All right, but yes, you do get the address, and you can go to Fiona Tan's house, or her residential area. I would say she'll probably have a house in this station.
Oh, and I'm gonna head over to talk to Fiona.
Tomorrow?
Sorry, what's the question?
Right, Matt.
Wouldn't it be better to do it tomorrow?
She seems pretty eager right now.
GM,
Yes.
are we assuming that everybody working on the project is also Mormon, or I would assume not?
Most of them are. Some aren't. Obviously, some technicians can't be. But people that revolve around the interior are, like, a standard technician probably won't be, but anything that's specific for the life support stuff like that for the ship might be.
Okay, because I know like the Nauvoo was mostly built by belters, because I know like that was a big thing that Fred talked about, or
Okay.
Naomi talked about.
Then yes.
So.
It was built by us, so why can't we use it?
Juan, are you with me, or am I gonna go over there alone?
And you can always assume that
I'm
if we're
coming
going
as
somewhere,
well.
I'm going with you.
I'm with you
That matter.
guys.
Yeah, I'll join you.
All right, Hugh. What about you?
I'm getting this thing that I want to do done. I'll stay here as long as it takes to get as much of it as I can.
I'm gonna say what you're trying to do is not gonna work. Let's just make it easy. It requires more than just talking.
Okay.
You have to set logs and everything in flight plans and all that stuff. So, just doing what you want to do, not quite gonna work.
What is Hugh trying to do again?
Oh, I was pulling com logs and flight plans to cobble together a pseudo flight plan for our ship so we could steal it without being illegal. Mostly.
Oh, okay.
I'll send
So
him a
we can
message.
undock legally and leave the station.
It isn't going to work there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anything you do if it's not approved by the captain, it's illegal. I'll put it that way.
I'll send a message to
Quotation
everybody.
marks less illegal means they don't think it's illegal yet.
I'll let everybody know that. Well, not everybody, but Hugh, that we're gonna go talk to the lady.
Yeah, he sent
Oh.
back a message. Okay.
I don't know
Mike,
if Matt or Jones wants to look at something else, because 5 or 4 dudes randomly showing up at a lady's house might be off-putting to her.
Hey, we're here.
I think I'm gonna go and check go to the Mormon section and ask if I can look at their computers.
So
Okay.
probably splitting up a little bit and trying to get as much information
Mm.
before we turn in for the night might be a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So we got 2 groups, I believe, going to the wife's house, and then we have others going to the actual computers to see what they can get from there.
Wait, sorry, say
Matt-
both of those locations again, please.
Okay. So
Matt, Rowan, and Grigor are going to talk to the wife.
And then what was the other location?
No, I'm going to the Mormon sector to look at the computers.
I'll head there because I'm better with computers than I am with people. So
With widows. Well,
Yeah.
she's not a widow yet.
She's not a widow. He's alive.
Missing is just not dead yet.
Missing is just not confirmed. Not found the body.
He doesn't know that.
plus, you never know. I might be able to hack the computer and get things that we need. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're keeping something from us that we need to know.
Failing what he's doing, he's going to walk to a section of Taiko that he got earlier from a message.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do the group that is going talking to Fiona Tan first. So you go into the residential area of Taiko, and you do go to the location that was given to you by Fiona Tan, and you hit the receive button, or you hit the button to get her attention, and she does come to the door, and you see essentially a 40-year-old woman who is a bit of graying hair right now, and you can tell that from her build, she has been born in a gravity well. She's from Earth, just by seeing the way she looks. And in the background, you can hear arguing between essentially two children. And she goes, oh, one second. Alexia, Cesare, go in the other room, please, while I talk to these gentlemen. You see them kind of groan a little bit as they both leave, essentially the living room of her place. And she goes, please, come in. And you can tell that she has been worrying nonstop. You can see her fingernails have been kind of chewed on the ends, and you just see the stress on her face. He goes, I'm Fiona Tan. You're here to help look for my husband?
Yeah, we're investigating his whereabouts. Is there anything that you can tell us about his work or any communications that you'd had with him that were odd, or any place to help us start?
There's not really much I can say. I mean, he's told me a little bit. I know he was well liked by a lot of the other members around the organization, and as well as the team. I can't really understand some of the stuff he does. And she brings over a picture of Matteo Seri, and you see that it's probably very, very different from what you expect. He has essentially short, jagged hair that's dyed neon blue. And he has a bit of like a goatee and just stubble on his face. And it's not what you expect from a Mormon, essentially. He goes,
Are you guys of the faith?
Yes. My husband is more than I might be. I have a little bit of issue with the Mormon, the policies to women, but that's not really. I don't think that'd be relevant to this. I mean, I hope nothing's happened because of me. I mean, our last conversation was really, really nice. We didn't really have any fighting. Except for his hair, which does annoy me sometimes.
I understand no one likes people with blue hair.
Well, and it's probably the first smile she probably cracked in, the 3 weeks that he's been missing. But there's
Anyway.
been... Sorry, what?
The only reason I ask, ma'am, is any type of information can help us as far as background or interest, anything at all that might help us piece this together.
All I really know is that, he didn't really seem like he wanted to leave, or, there have been some families that had trouble that I speak to because of the Nauvoo incident. Some generally believe that our journey is stopped already, and I don't believe that. I do believe we're going to go, but, I have no reason to think that he would want to leave, and I know he loves our children. He loves our children. And I know he's, as I mentioned, I do believe he's probably the best. He was well sought after before he joined the project for the Nauvoo.
Has he been acting strange before he went missing?
Well, no. No. We've been with the project for 3 years now, and it's actually gotten better. His attitude's gotten better because, well, my husband's job is to essentially make sure that everyone is healthy and safe while we're in transit between here and our destination. And I mean, of that, my husband, he always bring a smile to someone's face, and I would know. I've seen his bad days, and he's not had one the last few months. I don't
Does he
understand.
know? Does he know the other missing person, Anna Brangenholm?
What do you mean there's more missing?
No, you don't know.
No. There's there are
There's
more
only-
missing people?
Just the
Well,
one.
your buddy Apostle didn't really want to do anything until there were multiple people missing, so that's why he asked us now. Because there's another one.
But this other person has been missing for a long time. They didn't go missing at the same time, so we don't believe that there's necessarily a link at this moment.
But
It just happens to be one other person.
if they're missing also, I mean they haven't come back in the 3 months. And you see she's starting to get a bit of panic now from the information. She's taking it bad.
Good job, Dick.
If you want to try to calm her down, you can go ahead and give me it will be a communications roll. Let's see what this will be. Yeah, you're starting to freak her out now. We'll do persuasion as a focus. So here's the thing. This is not going to pass. If you want to, Gregor, you can go ahead and use 2 focus to whip up to a 15. I'll let you pass the check if you do that.
Fortune.
In fact, I need everyone's focus real quick. So let me go now talk about some rolls. So I'm gonna through this right now. Everyone is gonna have a focus. Sorry, fortune. Yeah, my apologies. Fortune. So fortune is your HP. It's how much luck you have. You're going like D&D terms before you actually take wounds. You start getting hurt. Now the thing about fortune is that fortune, as well as being essentially your HP pool, is also the meta currency. You can raise your dice results by an amount to essentially increase the dice result. So in this case, if we look at Gregor's pool, we got a 461, 413. And actually, I did relay this wrong. I actually forgot my own rule. If he wants to, I'm going to say the difficulty on this check is 15. So you'll need 2 more points. Now, Gregor, if you want to go ahead and acquire a pass, you would have to actually spend 6, or in this case, 4.
6 or 6.
Yeah, or
Six
actually
or
you can
six.
change your yeah, 6 or 6. Yeah, that's correct. So you have to spend 6 fortune to do a pass check, or she is just going to be freaking out right here.
Rowan can roll as well, I assume.
Yep, Roy, if you want to go ahead and roll to here.
Roll what?
Communications with the focus of persuasion.
I can intimidate her as most I can do. It's a -1 for
Yeah,
me, Chief.
no, she is with the news that another person has gone missing. She starts shaking, and you see tears start to well in her eyes now as she's panicking now.
Give Rowan a look out of the side of my eyes.
Hey, look, she did it on her own. I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did. You fucking told her another person was missing for no reason.
Mom,
What
what's wrong? And you see essentially a 17-year-old girl come run into the room, seeing her mom crying, and she goes to comfort her mom and goes, "What did you say? What did you do?" And she's kind of burning eyes into the both of you.
Your mom's crazy. We're just looking for your dad. We're just investigating your father's disappearance, and we had let your mom know that there is one other person that's disappeared 3 months ago. So a longer timeline. We don't think that there's a connection. But you know,
What if there is?
mother-
What if there is? And she's just freaking out.
Stop being bitches.
Give her a Xanax.
Mom, calm down. Mom, calm down. Calm down. And essentially her daughter tries to calm her down, slightly successfully. And after a few moments, you will get to the point where the mom, Fiona, will calm down enough to where she's like, can you please find my husband, please?
Do everything that we can, ma'am. We just need to have a clear mind and just let us know anything that you can think of that may help. Did your husband hang out or socialize with any of his coworkers or the other scientists? Did you
Yeah,
ever discuss
he did
work with
always
you?
go to, he always would have drinks after shift. He would come home late sometimes, but he had a lot of friends that worked on his team.
You know any of them? By name?
I know a couple. There is. There's Jaden Knox, as well as. No, those are his two closest friends. We always have dinner once a week, and they've been as worried as I have. But they also do after-work activities with each other.
Or coworkers or just friends?
They're coworkers, but they're very very good friends. They all knew each other before the Nauvoo project started.
Excellent.
Is your husband in any way a particularly gifted individual in his field?
No, and she does have you go to another room inside her household, and you see along the wall there are various essentially awards and accommodations and just praises about his field of study. And they actually framed essentially like actually I can't really can flame it in this situation, but he has a wall of essentially praises for his expertise, and one of the big ones is him being the lead in the biochemist and neurophysiology for the Nauvoo project. He was the head
I'll
man.
look through the awards just to kind of see if there's any particular governments or entities or
Yeah, like, do they have any authority,
Corporation.
or is this just them printing their own
Well,
diplomas?
no. This was done by both Mars Institutes as well as Earth Institutes. Nothing about Belcher stuff in here, so, unfortunately. But there's been a couple things about them helping out on travel between essentially planets, helping out with the rundown from the juice and helping out in a certain way. Even chances of cryosleep as well as other situations that he has delved and researched into.
So,
Has-
with my chemistry background, can I do like an investigation to see if anything sticks out, or a perception test to see if anything sticks out as far as a corporation that I would be familiar with that may help?
This would be an intelligence. You want to do a science one, or do you want to use?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, just with my science background, are there any of those entities that I would be familiar with as far as what kind of work they do, just to kind of see if I would be able to glean
You
anything that
recognize
you-
a couple. There's one actually specifically that has catch your eye, that you probably heard about or what know about, and especially this will probably actually be something that even Hugh would actually know about also. Is that, well, the juice, and we haven't gotten to any ship stuff yet, but the juice is actually a cocktail that makes the parts of the crew of a ship very very aware and keep them from essentially passing out during a high G maneuver. But there's a very, 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 very bad, essentially, backlash or a down when you're off of it. And he actually, Mateo, tried to find ways to ease the crash, as it's called. And so he had a bit of studying that, but it didn't lead anywhere.
I would definitely know about that.
Yeah, I'll say him and Hugh both know about this.
So he got an award for not accomplishing a thing.
He improved the field, but not as much as he wanted.
Okay.
Well,
He
just
eventually moved on to
the-
other stuff.
I
The
have a
corporation,
question
probably,
for
I
you.
would know what their research is.
I have a question to the widow. I'm sorry, wife. Has your husband mentioned being approached by anybody else to work on some different project for someone else?
Well, no. I mean, all of our focus has been on the Nauvoo project. I mean, We specifically got a place on the Nauvoo for his work, so he would not do anything to jeopardize that.
Has he had any, let's say, bad endings with his work before he started working on Nauvoo? With some other coworkers on some other project or institute with some other researchers?
No, he didn't talk about that much. I mean, it did bore me a little bit, but he said nothing ever about the almost upstanding people respected him for his work and for what he's done. I don't think he's had any enemies or anything like that.
Has the Nauvoo project? I mean, you're Mormons, and you got quite a few people that disagree with your idea and don't like what you stand for with this entire Nauvoo journey thing. Have you had any, have you heard any news about people who may have specifically been wanting to target this entire project?
Well, think about that. I mean, people do give us a hard time for being Mormon, but if we have a ship to take all the Mormons away, people would probably like that.
I'm a fan
Well,
of that.
yeah, but at the same time, you'd have people who may be a little bitter about you spending so much money on something that they may seem like a complete waste of time. Even if it does
Well,
mean that all the
not to them,
Mormons
though, to us.
go
And
away.
to us, it's not a waste of time. I mean, this is our next step in the journey. Obviously, we tried to convince other people, and sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. But for the most part, people would be glad we would actually leave Tycho or just the solar system in general.
And do all Mormons share your vision?
Most. I mean, some have chosen not to go with us on our journey, but a lot of it see as the next step, and so most have joined us. Well, that can. And after talking a bit, you realize that you get to back to the end of the useful information you can get from her.
Is it possible to maybe snoop around this house and, look through his room or something?
Do you want to ask that, or you kind of want to lead into it, action-wise?
Well, I want to ask her if it's okay to look through his personal effects.
Yes, anything to help out the investigation, absolutely. And she will give you access to essentially every room in the place.
Hey, Grigor, you want to look through this stuff a little bit?
I've been kind of eyeing it. I was going to pull the daughter aside to see if she knew anything, but he said that we've pretty much got everything.
Yeah, Gregor, I was going to get back to you real quick. All right, so guys, everyone here, do know that when I narrate, I walk around my house. I pace a lot, so if you do type something in chat, let me know.
Noticed.
Yeah, because I might not even like read until it goes by, so let me know. But to you, Gregor, you go and you try to calm down the daughter. Now she's putting on a very, very. She's trying to put on like a brave face. You can tell she's worried. She's actually worried about her father, but she's trying to stay brave for her mom and for her actual younger brother.
This is Alexia.
Yes. Or it's Alexa.
Next stuff. Okay, sorry. Alexa, did you and your dad have a good relationship?
Well, as much as a 17-year-old can with the father, but I would
Who's
think
Alexa
so.
just going on?
Did he ever talk about his work with you?
He tries sometimes, but it's no interest in me.
No weaknesses.
But I mean, he's been nothing but happy about this and also the journey. I mean, to leave this building to be on the Nauvoo. I mean, I've been on the Nauvoo. With my father's taken me there, and just see and just he can see the end journey. And even though I might be alive by the time it happens, just to know that the end result, it'll be beautiful. And my father and my mom and even me and my brother It's a dream we all want.
I understand. It is a quite ambitious project.
It's the biggest.
Do
It's
you-
the biggest ship being built, I hear.
Oh, it definitely is. Did you notice anything off? I know women and kids sometimes with their parents can sense things. Did you notice anything off the last month or so with your dad or your mom?
No. I mean, he was a bit upset when the Nauvoo left, but he got really happy again when he found out that the Nauvoo was going to be retrieved, and he thought his work was going to be done. But no, he's been ever since the news of the Nauvoo coming back, and we can go back on the preparation for our journey. He's been nothing but happy, and I mean, yeah, mom and dad fight sometimes, but it's been nothing bad.
Anything specific about, or just his blue hair?
Well, mom hates the blue hair, and even, well, I kind of like it, but no, they fight because of mom, actually. Mom, we're not. I know that we're not really the best proper. She does the hand signal, proper emotions, or the quotes, proper Mormons. Mom does cause a bit of people to get mad. I've heard some of the fights. My father wants mom to be more like a Mormon, more upstanding, but mom's just mad that there's a lack of leadership of women among the clergy.
It is pretty traditional when it comes to your faith, so it'll be a tough thing to change. But,
That's what dad says. But mom says it's a new system, new planet. Things can change. So that's what she's doing.
gotcha. You noticed? Was there anything that your dad did the day before he disappeared, as far as work, or did he go somewhere different than normal, or was he
Oh.
doing since the Naboo had left? As far as
He
work?
was talking about doing a racquetball game with some of his friends. I think it was Geralt. He was supposed to go with Geralt the next day when he didn't come back.
Okay, that's extremely helpful information.
Please.
And then, as far as schedule, was he a creature of habit? Was he very rigid as far as what his day was like, or?
He would try to get off earlier than he can to spend time with his friends. I mean, he has a lot of friends, more than probably most families. I mean, he could talk really, really well. It's got me and mom through some hard times. But yeah, he tries to leave early to do racquetball as well as other things with his friends. I know Jade and Girl are always here for lunch and dinner.
Very cool. Yeah, your mother had mentioned that those are his tightest friends, and we'll definitely follow up with them and see if we can learn anything else.
Hey, please find my
Oh.
father.
Do our best. I'll walk over to back in the other room with Rowan.
All right.
Kind of give him the head bob.
Alright, let's toss this place.
Both.
All
What's
right.
your perception like?
I'd appreciate you giving us your
I
time
don't want to
tonight.
look through his
This
stuff.
information.
What's your perception like?
All right. I'll get back to you. I want to go to some of the players right now. So, because I don't want people to be bored too much. So, what are the other people doing right now?
I was gonna check on the doctor's computers.
Okay, let's go do that real quick. As you go start rummaging around to find any clues, we're now going to go to the other people that are dealing with computers. So, you go to the offices or the technical labs and whatnot for the Nauvoo project. Now, being this late at night, near around 9:30 p.m., there's some people working the late shift. It's not going to be double shift here. So there are people coming in right now, kind of fresh for the second shift. As you go to the office, you go into the one of Mateo Seri, or where are you going? Which office are you going to?
I think I'm gonna go to the main desk where the secretary is to ask her where do I need to go to check the computers.
Okay. You go to her and she goes, essentially, you're given the information that if you want to investigate the office, you got the word from Birch. If you want to investigate Mateo Seri and his workload, she gives you the address, the location to the offices they use for the project, as well as offices that Anna Bregenholm also used. So you have
Okay,
access to both.
I'm gonna go to Bregenholm's office first.
Okay.
I'll go to the other one.
All right.
Okay,
Might as well divide
so I go there. I guess she's giving me a special pass to open the door or something.
Essentially, it's the office. There's a lot of people there. You see the desk that Bregenholm would use, and it's a bit tidy, a bit stuff laying around, but for the most part, it's just empty. There's some correspondences. There's some things on the terminal that's waiting for a confirmation or reply, and Clark does show you to the desk and allow you to do your investigation.
Okay, I try to access the terminal. And what can I see?
Scrolling through the files, a lot of it doesn't make sense, and the fact that she is a environmental control and life support specialist, and so a lot of the stuff that she's going through, essentially dealing with the Nauvoo project and how to keep the ship the best possible when it comes to keeping people alive, essentially. You do know that the emails, or not the emails, but the messages and the technical displays as well as information go back to the start of her work history, which has been 5 years. She's been on the project. But as you go through, I want you to go ahead and give me a roll, and this is going to be intelligence with a technology as the focus, or you can give me communications. Not communications, the ones I'm looking at. No, you give me perception searching. Either one of those.
Okay. So perception and technology.
So either intelligence that deals with the focus of technology, or perception with the focus of searching.
I don't even have searching, so I'm gonna go with intelligence.
Okay.
Oh, real quick, how do I roll with a focus? I don't remember that.
Oh, be on the character sheet. Yeah,
You
yours
have to
is
click-
engineering tech. You have technology as a focus.
Yeah, but I don't remember how to roll with a focus.
Oh, you see at the bottom it says focus +2 in parentheses with a little green? Yep, just like that. Then roll intelligence.
Okay.
Okay, so as you go through this list of diagrams and whatnot, you're going through the folders, you're going through the partition drive that is of this terminal, and most of it is essentially logs of Anna dealing with her workload, but she has some actual private ones, and a couple of them are her replying to people looking for dates and whatnot, and she's applying using her actual terminal here at the station. There's some where she's writing like a diary about her life. There's only a couple of them though. It's kind of like a part of a larger one she probably kept on her actual terminal when she walked around. But one does catch your attention. And that was essentially, she wrote down a question to herself. And I'm gonna read out what she said.
God damn it, I can't wait for season 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be to all of us or just him?
Just him. In fact, I'll make it for everyone. I'm pretty sure I'm doing an investigation. You're gonna be replying to each other. I'll make it to everyone. That this stands out definitely. There's a bit of her diary entries to herself. This is one that stands out. It's next when you bring up the terminal entry. There's a lot of like question marks that pop up around it. Like this is a thing she's been thinking about a lot. If you can see the views on it, I'll say built-in technology. You look at the view count of this specific entry, and a lot of other entries have things like maybe 2, 3, 4 glances. This one has about 15 glances of herself looking at it.
So she kept looking at this entry.
Yeah, that she wrote herself.
Okay. Is that all that I can gather from this terminal? Is
Essentially.
there something else? Can I browse through the files or no?
You look at the files, and only thing that stands out of interest is this right here.
Okay. There's no one else in this office.
There's a couple people. It's a late shift, essentially. But they're kind of focused on
I
their work.
think-
After 3 months, they've kind of moved on. But there's some here that are kind of... Their interest is a little bit piqued to look at you as you're doing stuff, but they're focusing on their own work. So if you want to approach anyone, you can definitely try that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go approach somebody, try and ask him a few questions.
All right. You approach someone's at a desk working, and he sees you, and he kind of looks up a little bit. He's a younger fella, probably about his early 30s, and he goes, you don't quite look like you belong here. Are you lost?
Yeah, sorry, I just came to the door without saying anything. I was given permission by Apostle Birch to came here and look at Anna's terminal. She's gone missing 3 months ago, but you do already know that.
It's a shame. Yeah. If Birch sent you, what can I help you with? And you see that he's perked up now with the mention of Birch being involved because, well, if he can help out and be on the good graces of Birch, he might like that. So he definitely peeks up and goes, what can I help you with?
Can you tell me anything about the period right before she went missing? Was she acting weird? Out of the ordinary, maybe?
Well, honestly, she started becoming a bit bored. I know when we were getting towards the closing of the Nivu project for our department, she was having a workload less and less, and so she helped out some other departments around here, but I mean, she wants to be busy. She's always want to be busy, and she was definitely being a bit bored.
Would you say she was conflicted about her work? Like she didn't want to do it anymore, she wanted to move on to something else?
Nothing that she mentioned to me. I mean, we weren't that close. I could see. I always would look at her while she's working, while throughout my day, and there are times where, yeah, I could tell that she just, when she was so excited when she first started here, but as it's been wrapping down, as just more free time to do things, I could just see on her face that she was just getting more dissatisfied.
Okay, thank you for your help, mister. I'm gonna just go move on right now.
You're welcome.
And can I search the computer that in the room I'm in and see what I get from it?
You go to the office of Matteo Cerdi, and since he was the lead, there's actually no one here right now. They're essentially down for the day, but you get access to go into essentially the offices of this, and you get access to the computer, so you can look through it, what you want. And as you look through, anything specifically you're looking for, or in general?
I mean, I just want to like information about his research or anything like that. Maybe as to situations that may have led up to his disappearance, something he may or may not have known. Just information that could help.
All right, same thing. Give me intelligence with technology, or give me perception with what was that?
Can I use intelligence and security?
You have access, so it wouldn't actually work here because you have access to all the
Okay.
systems already.
That works. I'll just go straight intelligence then.
All right, looking through, there is nothing you're detecting that would stand out. He had a couple of dates set up to do practice. He does practice regularly with racquetball, and there was one set for the day he disappeared. He didn't return home, but besides that, nothing else kind of stands out.
Can I search the room then and just see if anything in there I see?
Sure. Go ahead and give me. This is going to be investigation, which I believe is.
Perception.
Perception is actually not investigation. Let's see.
Okay, because I don't have the investigation thing.
Okay, so investigation is actually when you talk to people. So perception. Yeah, give me a perception with searching.
GM, I typed that I sent a message to everyone after Rowan and I left. I said, hey, we just got the names of Jaden Knox and Gerald Lace as far as follow-ups, and I asked if that means anything to anyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a message as well.
All right. But as you look through the office, nothing stands out.
Okay. Guess I'll make my way back and just let them know I didn't see find anything information-wise.
All right.
Could really help out. So.
Now back to the home of Fiona. You two can go ahead and give me same thing. It'll be perception with searching as the clue. Perception with searching as the focus. All right. And looking through the stuff again, Grigor, nothing stands out that would give clue to why Sari would want to purposely leave or go away or be conflicted in a way.
Oh shit. Did we get the contacts for those two guys from the wife?
Yes,
I didn't
the
ask.
wife gave you the actual, gave you essentially the contact info for both of them.
Okay. I'll shoot off a message to them, kind of same info, just like, hey, we're investigating Mateo's disappearance, and you guys were friends.
You get a reply from Jaden, but you get nothing from Geralt. And Jaden says, I would love to talk about this. Can you meet me at this location? He gives you a location in essentially a cargo bay of the Tycho station.
Ready for some shit, Rowan?
I am always ready. Wait, what happened?
We messaged Jaden and Geralt, see if they could meet to talk to us about Mateo's disappearance. And Gerald didn't respond, and Jaden said yes and asked us to meet him in some docking bay.
Alright.
Yeah, did he say like right now, or did he give us a specific time?
He says, when you want to talk, let me know, and I'll go there.
Okay. Suspicious. Show Rowan the message. What do you think, man?
Let me read.
Does this have your hack holes up?
I don't know, something definitely is suspicious out here, but nothing out of the ordinary in my book.
Yeah. I'd rather meet with him. He has less time to prepare for something. Just in case. Because we don't know anybody in this circle yet.
Yes, this doesn't smell like corporate espionage involving murder. It seems more like, poaching.
I'll pull a power move anyway and ask him if we can meet him at a place of our designation at a time.
He goes, yeah. Where?
Well, no, I'm saying that to Rowan.
Okay.
No, sure.
So let's have
Whatever
him
you
meet
want.
us by the ship.
I mean, it's the docking base. Pretty much all the same anyway.
Yeah, but I'd rather be by our ship than somewhere else. I'll send him that and say like, hey, can you meet us in half an hour at whatever our docking bay is, and then I'll let the team know as well that we're gonna meet Jaden there in half an hour.
All right, so I'm gonna meet Jaden in half an hour.
That's fine with me. And I assume like were we like with the wife for about an hour as well, or it's like 10:30ish or 11 o'clock at night or something like that.
Yeah, he
Are
agrees
we-
to that. Again, nothing from Garrow though. In fact,
Oh.
when you go, you're blocked by Garrow's number now.
Interesting.
All right, what would y'all like to do?
Well, are we all going to meet up before we meet this guy, or
In
is it
30
just you
minutes?
and me?
You might not have seen because you're probably pacing around, but I left the ship to go find the contacts I contacted earlier.
Okay.
So I sent a message as well to the team saying like Gerald blocked us after I reached out to him, or blocked me after I reached out to him, and then we're gonna meet Caden at our docking bay in about 30 minutes if everyone can make it.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a message saying we should meet all at the bar, then go there.
Is that
Um,
judicious as far as time, GM?
You would be kind of very, very close if you meet at the bar, then go. You can meet at a bar close to your ship or your meal location, so you should be able to do it in time.
Okay. Sounds good.
We can
Or
always
back.
be late, you know.
Okay. But I'm German, so I cannot be late. 10 minutes early is
No, but this is strategic in order to let him cook a little bit.
I am
I'm
genetically
British. We're not
I'm-
late. We are early.
I am genetically compelled to be early. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, Matt, you're the one that wants to get your contacts, right?
No, that's Hugh.
Sorry?
Hugh. Unless Matt also wants to go see his contacts.
All right, who's want to see contacts right now?
Me.
All right, Hugh,
Hugh.
you're trying to find contacts. Why do you want to get your contacts for this meeting?
I messaged them earlier when we were going to the Apostle
Yes.
about procuring weapons and stuff that I will also discuss when I actually get there. Such as a totally not fake but totally believable pass to carry said weapon.
Okay. Yes, you can definitely, if you want, meet up with one of your guys. In the time frame that's all going on, you could meet up with a dude whose name is just called Rung.
Yeah.
Yep, he is in essentially a small shop, walking around with some stuff. But you see this guy, and he does procure some things.
I walk up to him, introduce myself.
Good evening. What can I do for you?
I need something for defense and something to stop me getting in trouble for having said defense.
Oh, the defense for not getting in trouble is to not get caught.
True. with the business we're currently having to conduct, the authorities might get in the way a little bit.
Well, I got some things I can help for defense, as well as putting down anything that might need defensive nature. What are you looking for exactly?
A cheap weapon. Mostly. Ranged weapon. I don't want any of those blades. Preferably Martian in design.
Oh, those are most definitely hard to get. Don't quite have a Martian one on me right now. I can get one, but I have to go through a few people. But I do got a fairly well-used pistol, filed down, no trace back to anything where it came from, but it is a high-capacity pistol.
Uh-huh. And how much would it set me back?
Well, it might set you back a little bit. But I do also have some other people, as well as location of where it's at. So let's see if. But I want to know is, are you interested?
Oh yeah, I'm interested.
All right.
Oh.
What does it require? It's actually these roles are meant to actually find the item, not buy it. Because once you find it, then you can buy it. For
Yeah.
just find it. So what I'm going to need you to do is go ahead and give me a income roll at minus. Actually, just give me an income roll. You'll put my price to it.
Income. Wait.
Okay, he does have one. It's a pistol, high capacity pistol, that he can offer to you.
Yeah. I'll buy that shit.
Okay.
And
So
hammer.
I'd say GM, it might be a good time to like kind of explain how purchasing works. It's not like
Yeah, perfect time.
sorry, to explain what?
How buying shit works for everyone else.
Okay.
because it's not like give me 100 credits. It's like you do an income roll versus the difficulty or the quote unquote price of it. You can go up or down based upon.
The test.
Yep, I'm actually looking for the income thing right now. So essentially, whenever you buy something in this game, you don't have. So this game has no type of credits used. You don't have like 100 credits what you can use. It's your income roll. And so when you want to procure an item, you're essentially looking for the item itself, not if it's for sale. So you do an income roll, and if you succeed at a number, now every item has essentially a difficulty number attached to it that can fluctuate based on the location you're at, the modifications to the weapon, as well as the hindrances to the weapon. You might get like a shoddy made weapon or a high capacity weapon. As long as you roll the number to acquire the item, you can buy it immediately and take it. Now, if the cost of the item is essentially 10 points over your current income, your income goes down by 1. So if you have an income of 4 and you buy an item that is 14 in difficult to acquire, your income goes from a 4 to a 3. It goes down. In this case, the income of the item was 11, so you're able to essentially get this from this guy and be fine. Your income doesn't change at all.
Okay.
Now your income can go up, like we did with the Birch guy, where you get paid up front. He gave you guys a bit of an increase. Now, how you actually regain your base income is if you do a bit of downtime, which we'll get into when we get to that point. So, by ending this game, you have to essentially find the item, and then you can buy it automatically. You just have to find the item. In this case, you're able to find a buyer or find a seller for this pistol, which was your contact.
Yep.
That's essentially how income is done.
No, you can't. They're like 400,000 and up.
What are you talking about?
I whispered him.
Oh, okay.
Gregor was looking for ship prices, and like now he can't.
I'm looking through the manual, be like, can I like metagame try to buy a ship?
Yeah.
There actually, I think, is a way to do it if you combine pools. I'll look at that later because I'm doing chip stuff right now. I'll probably be in a couple sessions, but don't worry, I'll put it that way. But binding your own chip, obviously, be able to customize it much more thoroughly. But yes, with that Hugh, you're actually able to get a high capacity pistol. And what the high capacity does is you can run out of ammo. And when you run out of ammo, well, I mean, obviously that's what happens when you run out of ammo. But high capacity essentially allows you to ignore a result in combat, because the only way to lose ammo is by doing a dice result. So you don't keep track of individual ammo when you play the game.
Yeah, because I have the PDF open right now for it.
Okay.
I can have a look at what it says.
Okay.
Ignore the first.
So
the first roll that says you've run out.
Yeah, how you run out ammo in this game is if you miss the attack, but your stunt die or the green die is a 6, you run out of ammo. And there are other ways I can do also on my side to make you just run out of ammo if I want to. So.
Yeah. And I can ignore you.
You can ignore me, yes, on the one time. Is it one time or all time? The first one, okay, yeah.
Yeah, first one.
Alright, so Hugh, you do acquire a pistol. And then with that, would you want to head back towards the bar?
Yeah, I hide it.
Okay, yeah, you hide your clothing, I'm not gonna worry about it right now.
Yeah.
But you hide your clothing and you go back to the bar where everyone is currently waiting, and you're about 10 minutes away from meeting this guy.
Hey.
Jaden.
Everyone, did we find out anything else interesting, or everything that we sent message-wise is pretty much up to date?
Found out nothing more than I already said in my message.
What about you, Jones?
Nothing really. I mean, I didn't really actually find anything. So, unfortunately, I can help it out.
So we're going to meet this Jaden guy of yours?
Yeah, the wife said that Jaden and Gerald are Teo's kind of two closest friends from work and just socially, and they'll drink together and play racquetball and stuff. And was it Gerald that he had the racquetball game with the day before he was missing, Jim?
Yes.
Okay.
I wonder
So he
why
was
they
supposed
want
to play.
the docking bay.
Sorry. Well, I'm just being a little bit paranoid, but
Yeah, I hope nobody's gonna get airlocked.
it's in
I'm not gonna let that happen.
our docking bay. So he asked us to meet somewhere else, and I just asked him to meet somewhere that we have
Right,
secure,
so
just in case.
I'm good to go.
I don't think we should all be visible.
Rowan and I can be there, and if everyone else kind of wants to...
We'll face this guy, and you guys, just like chill behind boxes or something.
Well, the meeting
We're on the
isn't
ship.
for a few minutes, is it? So
We'll see.
Hey,
We'll
alright.
see what this leads to.
I could head into.
You can just walk back to the ship because you're the crew anyways. If you guys just want to be on the ship.
No, I think I'm gonna go with you and just listen to the conversation at least.
Okay.
Just stay
So
out of
pilot,
sight. I
or
don't
you
want to
pilot?
scare this. We don't want to scare this guy, but also, Grigor has a hunch. I'm just gonna go with it.
I don't have a hunch. I'm just being overly cautious.
That's what I call having a hunch.
Our pilot was Hugh or Matt?
Hugh.
I'm the pilot.
I'm the engineer.
You saying that doesn't mean shit.
I'm the engineer.
I hear your voice, but that doesn't explain to me what name it was. So
Matt is
Oh.
the engineer.
I said I'm the pilot. That makes me Hugh. That makes him Matt.
yeah,
Or say Hugh's the pilot? Is what
Yeah.
I think Max or Rowan's saying.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do that until we learn the names to the voices.
I'm
Yeah,
already
I'm-
starting to get a hang of it.
Do we have any weaponry on our ship? Like PDCs?
PDCs, no.
Nice call.
No, this is a
Nice
nice
one,
one.
bro.
It has no weaponry.
Our weapons is ourselves.
You
But
are
Rowan
the
has
weapon.
actually on the outside with his pistol, and he can shoot the torpedoes down.
And just break out a PDC.
I'll just grapple the torpedoes and throw them the other way.
Spin.
Holds your gun in the air, just like ding, 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 ding.
Following the rules of the game, can you like modify the ship and try to add some kind of PDCs? You know, very
Well, when you get our own ship,
primitive.
yes, this is our
Yes,
ship.
you can modify ships.
Well, like, can you add some kind of
Yes.
Yes. you
PDC?
Yes.
It
Yes.
doesn't have-
can. You add torpedo
Yeah.
tubes if you want. You can add torpedo tubes. So yes, you can add stuff to the ship.
Alright, so we'll walk over the bay.
All right, so you're 5 minutes away from the meeting point. You start heading over to the bay, and as you get there, there is a group of people. And by that, I mean that there are a medical team of medics. They're currently attending to an individual.
They're fine.
Bruh. Is that the captain?
God damn it! No, the guy that came to meet us got fucking yoked.
Let's walk over and kind of
What
see
the
who it
fuck
is.
going on?
Right.
I'm walking over as well, even though I should be hiding.
You see, essentially, 3 medics are attending to a man. They're putting him to a stretcher, and the guy, you can tell there's blood all over the place. And in fact, go and give me a. Let's
I'm
see.
gonna send a message to Jaden to see if I can ping the terminal.
All
Try
right.
to identify him that way.
Okay, yeah. You see his terminal lit up in his pocket. It's this guy. This guy's Jaden. But for what we're looking at right now, I want someone, if you want to, you give me either perception with seeing, or go ahead and give me a. Is there a medical? Yeah. So either intelligence, medicine focus, or perception with seeing as a focus.
I'll use 3 points if that'll give me a success.
I'm rolling perception. Ooh.
Hey,
Never mind.
that was without the
Hey, that's
focus.
pretty
He's
good.
like,
Got it.
hey.
Damn. All right.
Right, I almost got 666 on that.
I see that. All right, Jones and Hugh, you both see that this individual is still breathing on the gurney, and you can hear a couple of the medics talking about, son of a bitch, not another one. First the Martians, then this shit. Ugh. And you see that this guy, his face is essentially a bit deformed in the sense that they took so much of a beating, it looks different.
Oof.
And
Can
he is
we-
out cold.
Is it like walled off, or can we get close to him?
Oh, you can get close to him. Yeah, they're currently just they're keeping. There's not really anyone watching. It don't really happen here, but people are kind of walking by. It's really really light in traffic activity, I would say, but it was just essentially Jaden unconscious in a stretcher and 3 medics. I'll just give it that. Make it easy.
Who has high
That's
dexterity?
there. I have high
Nobody.
dex.
Hi.
Hello.
I have 2.
I have a glorious amount of dex.
Okay. If I'm familiar with you being dexterous, I'll just kind of say,
I'm the pilot.
yeah. Well, I mean that doesn't mean you're dexterous. It just means you have good reactions. But we'll see if we can nick his terminal. To see if we can get information off of it. If there's anything else on there, so ask Q to see if he can like pickpocket it or something like that.
I'm gonna say you won't be able to pickpocket the guy as long as the 3 are attending to this guy. You have to distract him somewhere.
Time to use my other talent
You
called
absolutely-
misdirect.
Rowan
You
can handle
absolutely-
that.
No, you just go and pretend like it's your brother or something, cry and hug him, and
I do believe someone said misdirect.
I have misdirect, and I'm also the person trying to steal from him. Hugh,
All right, Hugh, do what Miss Gret does.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's distract people.
Just go pretend that you're his long lost brother or something, or
And he
whatever.
makes shadow puppets.
Cry, hug him, and say no, not you, and then
Right.
take his terminal.
As a major action, you can make a communications deception test opposed by an opponent's self-discipline. If you succeed, your opponent cannot perform stunts until the end of the next turn. All right, so not quite used in this, but I will use it in this situation. But it's also meant for combat, so I use it for both. Yeah. So go ahead and do a deception test.
With focus, then I guess.
So it's communications with deception as the focus.
Yeah, communications. Wham!
Like it.
All right, I'm gonna say this. They are really attending to this guy, so that roll is not gonna work. If you want to use some fortune, you can. Essentially, I'm gonna tell you, you have one chance to use fortune. You tell me the number you use, and if you succeed, you subtract that much fortune. And if it doesn't work, that's it. But you do fail.
You probably want to check out the stunts that are in communication just to see if you can modify your roll. So if you look at images off to the right, should be communication stunts in here, I think.
If
Or
I were
social
you,
stunts.
I'd just spend 6 fortune to put that 2 to a 6, so you get 20.
Yeah, probably.
Is that what you like to do?
And then you will have 6 stunt points as well.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna use 6 stunt points. Put that on your character sheet. All right, that will let you succeed. All right. So how do you distract them, Hugh?
Hang on, I'm trying to do this. Fortune.
Do I keep saying focus?
Yes.
No, you said stunt
Okay.
this time.
Okay. Well, yeah. Every time I say focus, it's fortune. So.
I distract him very simply. Before I actually distract him, I say, "I'm sorry," and I punch one of these guys, whichever one looks the weakest, in the face.
Okay.
Before running over to the medics and saying, "Hey, this guy's hurt."
Oh, you punch another guy, not one of the medics. Or who do you punch?
No. I punch Gregor,
Okay.
and then run over to the medics and say he's hurt.
Gregor,
Well,
how do you
make it-
respond?
Hey, I've got
Right.
this.
What did you
Just
punch
Peter-
me for?
Peter Griffin. Oh! Oh!
I run over to the medics and say, "Oh, this guy's fucking dead. He's dying over here."
Well, I do want to hear how Gregor takes it first, though. If he is okay with that, or what he does, how is his reaction?
My eyes open very widely, considering if I should say something to Rowan. If I don't have any type of cue,
I'm looking at Grigor like, if you want me to go, I'll go.
if I don't have any cue from Hugh as to what's going on, then
Hugh says, "I've got this," punches you in the face, runs to the medics, and is saying, "That guy over there's hurt." That's all you have to work on at the moment.
so I'll roll on the floor, groaning.
Okay.
There you go.
We're gonna see how well you play this off. I want you to go ahead and give me a. I think I saw this. Wasn't there a performance roll?
No performance, unfortunately.
Persuasion. Go ahead and roll a persuasion roll, please. It will be communications.
It's improvisation, clearly.
Absolutely, I'll allow that.
Improvisation. There's never a more direct time that it would be.
Time to improv.
Okay.
John Lovitz, Saturday Night Live acting.
You hear to this go, son of a bitch. All right, here, watch this guy. We can take care of you. See the 2 of the medics leave. Start heading towards you, Grigor. Leaving 1 medic now attending to the guy, to Jaden.
Is he on the side that the PD is on, or the other side?
He is on. You know what? We're gonna leave it to chance. A 1 through 4 is going to be the other side. A 5 through 6 is he's on the terminal side. Roll a D6 in
Okay.
chat.
Uh,
More leaning in your favor.
You just pick up the
Where's
dice
my
from the bottom,
D6?
drop it
Yeah.
onto the bar.
2. Fuck.
No, a 1 through 4 is he's on the other side. So
Oh, yeah.
he's not on the side where the terminal is at.
Try and steal the terminal.
All
I don't
right.
have a steal thing, so it's just a dex roll, isn't it?
I believe. Yes, sleight of hand. Yep, go and give me a sleight of hand roll. We're gonna see if this guy sees it. All right, you successfully, as he's kind of paying attention to the guy. He's paying attention to Grigor, who's kind of like yelling. He's in pain, and you go and you take the terminal from Jaden.
Nice. Hey, you sure you don't want to help them? And I run back over to Jay and Gregor.
And the medic now goes to wheel the guy to their little cart, the little buggy they have around Tycho for the medical
Nice.
staff.
Bruh, you okay?
Did you totally ask him if
No.
he's okay, or if anything happened to him, if he's able to speak to you?
I don't think he was speaking.
Do you know that guy down there?
Yeah.
And you watch as the medics all look at your hands.
Wasn't it convincing you? You're like,
What?
Yeah.
brother.
Wait, he's your brother?
Brother?
Brother.
Who said brother?
Well, I was hoping one of you would say that because I'm Greekor, so I definitely after you punch me in the face. No, I'll yell brother because I'm on the ground, moaning.
Okay, let's improv this since I ran back over. It's like, what? You okay? How's it doing? They're doing good.
It's alright, he has split personality disorder. Sometimes he's not himself.
No, we got a cream for that. Here, you're
We
okay.
got
I
a
mean,
cream
there's
for that.
nothing. I don't know who hit you, but you'll be fine. They help you up off the ground, Grigor.
I'm gonna look around for cameras.
There are cameras watching this bay.
Perfect.
Say,
Are
Rowan,
some of
if
them
we have any
pro-
type of way to record surround us, like with our, what are they called? The
Terminals?
terminals?
yeah.
You can't
we
do any
can-
type of remote hacking. You have to go to where it's recorded. It's
No, I'm
already
just
been
saying,
streamed.
like, just scan it, take a video of what's around us right now, just so
Oh,
we
yeah.
have it for later.
Oh yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay. Just to see like faces is what I'm thinking. So I'll like kind of like get my terminal out, turn the camera on, and kind of like spin, just to get a picture of all the crowd to see.
Am I being detained?
You're not being detained. Do you know this guy that's in the stretcher? He got rolled up pretty hard. Actually, glad he's still
Sorta.
alive.
We're
Brother.
gonna talk to him about joining the crew.
Well, he's gonna be out. This guy is not gonna be speaking for a long time right now. His jaw's broken in 3 places, and his left eye socket's shattered.
Damn.
Is this the same thing that happened to our captain?
Not as essentially, yeah.
Fuck.
Oh,
I
but
have
yeah.
to find people who fucked up the captain.
Yeah, but
Well, the thing is, they used crowbars on your captain. They didn't use crowbars on this guy.
Oh.
This has been happening a lot. Grigor says.
No. One ship captain about a week ago was rolled down also. I mean, there's the occasional fight, especially with the Belchers and everyone else, but nothing that's been this extreme. Now, this is actually probably the worst beating I've seen besides the captain of the ship this entire week.
Who do we talk
Already-
to about? Who do we talk to about these? And I point at the cameras.
No,
There
Tycho
has to be security here, right?
Yeah, Tycho Security will take care of that.
Yeah, but is it okay if we take a look as well?
I mean, if you're not part of security,
No, I
probably
don't.
not.
He also jumps in and is like, we also want to know, like, is there any way we can get some information on some other people? that we're trying to find for someone. We just want to know if they've been called in ill or sick.
Oh,
And he gives a brief description of the 2 missing doctors.
That would be a security issue, not us. We just help out people. We
Yeah,
get call
but I mean,
situations.
if they've like gone into the medic thing and no one's figured it out, we want
No.
to know so we could just come pick them up.
No, knowing a description you're given, no.
Okay.
Is it a physical security issue or a computer security issue?
It's a permission
It's the
security
part.
issue.
It's a.
I
It's
might
the
be able to
part
help you
of.
out with that. So.
Go.
hey, Jones. So I'm gonna.
Okay, you guys go. Take care of him. He says to.
Here's what I'm thinking as far as plan is I will ask if we can get access to the security feed from Nico, and then they'll have Jones modify our manifest to say that something was stolen, just to see if they can confirm or deny go around the hangar bay.
Yeah,
Why?
because it happened right outside our ship.
Yeah.
That's right outside our hangar bay, but I don't think they're going to give us access to it otherwise. If we can be like, hey, something got stolen off of our ship,
We'll say this guy was
Just say it's
delivering
an
a package
insurance
to
thing.
our ship, and then
we would have to show a
Oh, man.
manifest.
We have to match the story. The medics have gone, haven't they?
Yeah, they're definitely taking the guy to the hospital. Or the...
We have to match stories. Medics think he was here to join our crew. He's here to join our crew.
I know, but I'm saying we could also, to get access to the security feed.
Yeah, we just go up there and say one of our potential crew members got jacked up. We need access to your security for legal reasons. Insurance.
Well, I don't know if they would give it to us, but
For insurance things, they'd have to hand over evidence, wouldn't they?
well, yeah, to the insurance company, not us.
Well, yeah, but who says none of us is part of the insurance company?
our documents.
Yeah, whatever.
Time is now 10. He's like, fuck this shit now.
It is pretty
Gloves
late.
on my hands. I'm taking this shit. Let's go bed.
You can ask.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I got this shit. He says, waving around the PD at people.
He's got the terminal.
Yeah, I got the terminal.
Sweet. Can you open it?
No, but I think someone else could. Oh, I don't know. I'm not good with machines. I'm not good with computers. I can fly,
I'll take
and
a
I can
crack at
probably
it.
shoot.
I'll take a crack at the.
Maybe I could try.
So let's. I'll ask
I got a tech worker.
a security person if we're able to
Wasn't
get.
copy angry at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do it with the security real quick, so you can go to the security booth fairly easy. So you go to one of the security substations on Tycho. You get there and you're greeted by a kind of an agitated security personnel. He just looks at you as you come in.
Good evening.
Can I help you?
Yes, one of our potential new shipmates was just tuned up right outside of our hangar bay, and we're wondering if we can get security footage or, anything to help us figure out who did this, or we would need to provide you to get access to it.
You see him type on the terminal in front of him, and he transfers over essentially a fillable sheet on your terminal to report a incident. He goes, fill this out, return to us, we'll take a look at it in the morning. Is the subject deceased?
Not yet.
Alright, fill it in, we'll take a look, come back in the morning, we'll give you a progress.
Is there any way that we could get that done a little bit? I can make it worth your while.
If you want to drop him to income, he can do it right now.
New income.
Mm-hmm.
It's more expensive than a rifle.
More expensive than fucking like high-rise apartment.
Okay, let's say 1 income.
So I have to drop 1 income, or I do a roll.
Just drop it by 1, and he'll do it for you right now.
Fuck that.
So you're just gonna get us in trouble.
He is not looking interested right now. He says, "I'll do it in the morning."
Why lose 1 income when you can just go to sleep for free?
But
No,
yeah,
I do a 1 income if he just gave us the tape and that's it.
You get
Well,
to 6 income.
The 1 income is to start right now, not to give access to the logs.
yeah.
Yeah, then fuck that. That ain't worth shit.
Just wanted
What
a
if
bribe.
Lamar,
I fill it out
what
and I give it back to him, and I ask him what time they'll get working on this. 'Cause we're scheduled to ship out early tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a bit of it's report on the station right now. If he's not deceased, we'll start in the morning, but there's no guarantee until you get back, possibly.
Are you able to like just let me look at it?
Nope, it's not our policy.
You make it your policy.
You trying to buy into the system, boy?
I'm just trying to help out this guy that might die over what I think is nothing, and we're trying to help you guys out doing your job.
Go ahead and give me a communications persuasion.
I'm standing right next to Grigor, so if there's any doubt that we can handle it, I should dismiss those doubts.
They don't look intimidated at all, but that fucking roll. Okay. Yeah, he goes. Sure. Here, there's a side booth in there. You can take a look.
Keep my
But you
phone.
got 5 minutes, and then we're done.
Game time. Right, so we go look at it.
Mm-hmm.
What do we see?
So you pull up the time, and the cameras. You watch as you see a bit of foot traffic that go through. Then you see a man. Presumably, it's the one you see. It's Jaden, because you see it from when he actually was loaded to the cart for the medics. As he goes, he's on his terminal. He's checking his terminal nonstop, and he does reply to a couple messages, or he does do a couple of interfaces with the terminal. And as he goes sit there, and he has about maybe 10 minutes before he's supposed to meet this guy. And within about maybe the 7-minute mark of meeting him, you see as 2 individuals come up, and they start talking to what's his name, Jaden? To Jaden. And these individuals, they look nondescript. They look like just average people with jumpsuits for a spaceship. And within a couple seconds, they immediately start beating the absolute shit out of Jaden. To the point
Their
where
faces covered.
no, you got pictures of their faces, and they start kicking the absolute shit out of Jaden while he's unconscious on the ground. And they eventually leave. Now, one of them does keep his face essentially never looking at the camera, but another one does see the camera. And as he sees this, he immediately ducks back and rushes away with the other guy. He notices the camera.
We don't have multiple angles. Just the one.
Just the one, yeah.
Okay. So I'll zoom in, get facial pictures, get pictures of the clothing, hair, and then kind of send that out to the team. After I send it to myself first. Or
All right.
if I can just I'll use my terminal to take pictures of what I'm looking at. That way there's not a data record.
A distinguished feature you get on his face is that he has a small scar on his left eye.
Die scar. At what time did Jaden get beat up?
About 7 minutes before you're supposed to meet him.
It was 10:30, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then what was the name
about
of the ship?
What about the builds that they had?
They look average.
No, but like, did they look like
Arthur.
Beckers, Martians,
No,
or
they
Earthers?
look Arthur, yeah.
And what was the name
Know
of
where
the?
Jaden was from?
Sorry, what's the question, Gregor?
What was the name of the ship, like on their jumpsuits?
It was not descriptive. It's just like a generic jumpsuit. It didn't have any specific ship name.
Okay. And no insignias or anything.
No signias.
Did we find out where Jaden was from?
No one researched into it, so right now I'm gonna say no. No one knows. You do a quick, essentially a Google topic search of his name, and all it pops up is that he is known as a sponsor to a racquetball team, and one of the members is Garrow.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty motherfuckers up to no good. Is there a picture of Carol?
Yeah, look at Geralt. You get obvious pictures because Geralt is known, as well as Sari. They're both known to be in a local racquetball team on board the station. It's a duo.
Okay, and it doesn't look like any of the people in the
No.
footage. Okay.
No.
One witnessed him getting beat up.
You witnessed. Oh, sorry. What was the question?
One witnessed Jaden getting beat up.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how much traffic was around the docking area. Or...
Yeah. Sorry. So there was no one watching around. There was no one around when this happened.
Okay. So I'll get that stuff. I'll walk back out of the booth and ask the gentleman his name. Security guy.
His name is. Yeah, my name is Coley.
Obliged, Coley. I owe you one.
I hope you find the guys that did that.
Absolutely.
Heard about his status.
Be off now. Appreciate it.
He nods his head and he lets you go on your way.
I'll wait till I get back to the ship to show them information, just to avoid any type of security sweeps or leaks on the station's data net. I'll let them know what's up in person. Whoever's on the ship. I'll send out a message saying Rowan and I are headed back to the ship. We just talked to security, and I filled out the paperwork. It's what my paper trail will say.
Okay.
I'll say meet back at ship in 15 ?
Aren't all of us at the ship anyway?
That's what I think, but I don't know if you guys had decided to do anything else on your own.
No, I did.
Yeah, so while Grigor was with Roan talking to the security, was anyone want to do anything? I do know that he was wanting to get into the terminal. So we'll do that real quick. So Hugh,
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me, it is locked, so go and give me a intelligence technology focus roll.
With passwords 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope, you can't quite do it. Would you want to use any fortune?
How do we regain fortune?
By essentially downtime.
Nah.
We have
Remember,
to start.
downtime is not resting.
Yeah. Nah.
Okay. Yeah, you can't get in. You can't crack the password right now.
Anyone good with
James
tech?
James
Can I
James
try?
probably James is the hacky boy.
James? You mean Greg?
You mean Jones?
Jones is the hacker.
Who's the hacker?
Jones, that-
I am.
Jones.
Who's the Zaka?
Jones is the hacker.
I just say openly whilst holding it into the ship. What? Who is good with computers?
Can I try and hack it?
Yeah, I think we did talk about it. Actually, I don't think we changed it. Jones, want to change the security to tech? That's for actually hacking.
For tech? Okay.
Yeah. Because I remember we talked about that before.
I think so.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you can focus it with tech and then roll.
Okay. Well, let
Q
me.
to Gregor.
pull up the
Ronan to
focuses real
Q.
quick.
Sorry. Say it again, Jones. I didn't hear what you said.
I said, let me just pull up the focus. Oh, I'll switch it next session. Is that cool if I just leave it security right now
Yeah, it's
until I
fine.
make the roll?
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be a straight intelligence roll. It's just a bit of a high DC.
Well, no, I meant like, can I still use the focus and
Oh, I
still
should
make
say.
it?
Yeah, I should just say. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, and then I'll switch it afterwards.
That will be success. All right. So you eventually do a bit of finagling. You're able to get past the password to get into access of Jaden's terminal.
Nice.
Load it.
What's in there?
You're finding correspondence messages between essentially Geralt as well as Seri. And here's the thing. You see, Geralt also blocks Jaden. But this was one last message you get from Geralt is this.
They're after us. Run.
Are Ronan and I back yet?
Yeah, you're back now.
Good news, guys.
Is it as good as our news?
Well, I don't know. What do you got?
An open PDA.
Did you find anything spicy?
Well, it says on there, it's time we go
Our separate
Our others
ways.
way.
Yeah, it is misspelled on purpose. So
I'm gonna leave this station and head back to Earth. Sorry, man. I know this is bad news, but yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Is this? I ask.
now, real quick,
Block
you
it.
do see that Jaden actually does respond. What's going on? What are you doing? He does send Geralt about 3 messages before Geralt himself blocks the phone or blocks the terminal.
These guys seem like they were into something. Ron and I managed to get access to the security cam right out front of our docking bay, though. And 7 minutes before we were supposed to meet Jade, some guys showed up and beat the shit out of them, and we got a picture of one of their faces.
Mhm.
So we have a little to work on. One of them has a small scar on his left eye.
The security has still got the cam, don't they?
Yeah, but he let me look at it. So
They're
I
going
may
to look through that at some point.
Probably
Hey,
already
man.
have.
Hey, Jones.
Yes.
Clone the terminal. The whole thing.
I cloned the terminal.
Okay. You can go through it more thoroughly later on, but it is fairly late now.
Yeah, so by clone, you do know that we mean copy the whole thing.
Yep.
That's what I assume.
Cool.
Plug the USB port up to the end of it to
Yeah.
like data transfer.
Yeah. You transfer
There
make a
we go.
copy of his terminal to yours.
I get him to put it onto mine and so on and so forth. Now when
Grigor
they go
asks-
through there.
Sorry. Grigor asks, is Jones a tech guy then?
He seems okay with computers. I don't ask much more than that. Now when the security guys come along after looking at tapes and say, why the fuck did he punch your friend in the face and steal that terminal? We still got the info.
Yeah. I'll flip the information I have on my terminal over to Jones. And I'll say, is there anything you can do to help us with that? Resolution, identification.
Don't know.
All right. I'll say this. so we pass on to the new day. The search would take probably most of the night if you want to go ahead and do that. But we'll probably, is there anything that you want to do before we move on to the next day?
Nah, Hugh's gonna sleep.
Yeah, so I'll just say, like, see what you can find for me with their a long day. I'm gonna turn in.
See what I can do, and then I'll just comb through and see what I can, and then if I can't find anything really of use, I'll just call it and go to bed.
All right. So let's say this.
Just to ask,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
how long are the sessions going to be, on average?
The session.
Yeah.
So typically, I'd actually end this game probably about right now, which is about 3 hour mark. If it's possible, if everyone wants to, especially today, I can run it up to a full 4 hour session if everyone wants.
I'm unable to play for 4 hours today.
Okay.
But
in that
next
case,
sessions, I think I will be able to.
okay. In that case, we will call the session here by end at the end of the night.
The
One
music.
day down, 7,000 to go.
How does XP stuff work in this system?
Give me a second. I'm gonna end some real quick.